Hi guys and welcome back to Crypto Chester. My name is Chester and today I'll be walking you through the crypto markets. First things first, we're starting off with Bitcoin on the short term here, then the midterm, and then the long term. Once we're done with Bitcoin, we're going to be jumping on some altcoin requests. So get your requests in the chat now, guys, and I will jump onto them as soon as I'm done here with Bitcoin. Didn't bring the chat up. Great start there. Yep. Oh, nice to see all you guys straight up in the chat. Nice to see Perceptron, I always put that one. Morning, my friend there. Nice to see you in the chat, Ivo. Alexandru, Chat Churanga, nice to see you there, sir. And Tom as well, good morning to you as well. Hope you're all having a fantastic, is it Wednesday? Wednesday morning. Fantastic Wednesday morning. Let me just jump straight into Bitcoin to start off. But yeah, very, very nice to see you guys return to the stream, and I appreciate that a lot indeed. As discussed yesterday, we did have this insane dump to the downside on my evening stream yesterday, and we did, in a sense, invalidate this higher low point by literally like $100, right? By $100. Nice to see you, Julian and Steve S. Nice to see you here. Morning, my G. Can you have a look at Link at some point? Yes, I can. So I've got CKB. I'll do a bit of Doge for Julian there, and then I'll jump to Link there. So nice three requests on the list there. Very going to do. Let me do Bitcoin, and then I'll jump onto them. Yeah, as discussed yesterday, this low point, we did actually invalidate this this higher low point on that previous dump to the downside there by literally around $100. So that's why I was a little bit skeptical whether this was just a little bit of FUD. Yeah, we were definitely going to get onto Theta Fuel there. Was definitely, sir. I was checking it out this morning. But yeah, in terms of what's happened now for Bitcoin, we were cautious about a potential short position if we were to come up and have a re-entry, right? Because obviously we didn't get into this one here. Annoyingly, we didn't. But that was the thing. I think I was driving back from somewhere at that point. So yeah, I missed this trade, unfortunately. But we were waiting for a potential short position to come down off this zone here in terms of rejection, right? And I was talking yesterday about a huge iceberg in terms of rejection, in terms of loads of points correlating together in terms of a rejection point for us all there. So a potential short was nigh. But unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, because Bitcoin went up. Whoop, finally, it went back up. It's gone up a bit. We're now currently sat at 34,283, which is absolutely great news in my opinion. But with that being said, I can't see this short position happening anytime soon, right? I can't see that happening anytime soon. But what I can see, and let me explain this, is resistance off this zone here. Because one, we've got the top side of this falling channel coming through here, and also a horizontal resistance point at 34,954. So will we get up? Will we wick that 35,000? Potentially. If we do, we're definitely going to be overextended on the RSI in terms of buying power. So we are going to see that resistance play out there for one. That's 1 point there. We do have literally 3 correlative points of resistance coming through here in terms of this grey box zone that I've got coming through here, and also this horizontal resistance line coming through, as well as the top side of that channel coming down there. So we're definitely going to see some resistance off this point. Just that's 4 things coming into fruition that we need to think about as well in terms of resistance right now. Let's jump to the midterm quickly. As we can see, let's get to that 35,000 zone. And we do have literally this higher low point, this wick coming down here that we need to think about as well. So that's another sign we're going to see some resistance off this 35,000 zone. And then also, we're just about to touch this downward sloping resistance line on the midterm as well. So that's another point that we're going to see some resistance off that 35,000 zone. So yeah, there is potential here. Let me jump to the long term quickly. Obviously, I'm going to go into a bit more detail in a minute of where we are on each time frame. But just for a summary here on the short term for a potential position that I'm thinking about here, I was talking about a potential short position on the retest of this descending triangle coming through here. Granted, it doesn't look very attractive in terms of the triangle playing out at this point, but we have left it early, right? So yeah, it is a descending triangle. And yes, yesterday after seeing this absolute low point, invalidating this high low, I was thinking about a potential short position if we were going to come up and retest this zone, because you know, if the OGs on the channel, we know we come up, we have that retest, and then we come back down, right? That's the sort of the thesis that we go on in terms of a nice safe position, a nice safe entry for that trade, and basically avoiding all the traps, right? Because as you can see, if we were to get into short, we're going to basically literally recover. So we like to get on the retest, use that risk reward to our advantage in a sense, right? So we're going to get in on this, potentially getting on this retest, depending on how the price action goes. But yeah, that rejection point is sitting around that 34,600 zone there. So if we do wick up to 35,000 here, coming back into this descending triangle coming through here, then we need to take into account the resistance that we could find from that point. As I was just saying, on all these other time frames here, there is a lot of things lining up that we are going to see some resistance there. And if we do see resistance there and then we do lose this 34,500 sort of zone there, for me, that could be a lovely, juicy little short to the downside here. And yes, we did invalidate this high-low point, so we could have the potential to go lower indeed, right? We could have the potential to go lower. And what's happening today in terms of this price action, this absolute recovery in a sense, right? This recovery in a sense, this is just validating everything that we saw over the last day or so, right? Just validating that, because we did, obviously, we've seen these insane dumps to the downside, right? And if we see insane dumps to the downside like this, then we need to have some sort of validation in terms of a correction to the upside, or at least some sort of consolidation period coming through here. So yeah, in terms of a short position for the long term here, just looking at these things coming in here, I would be inclined to say, obviously managing the price action on a lot of time frames here and seeing if we can get something going in there. But yeah, if we are looking at a short position in terms of a measure move to the downside, we would be looking at something along the lines of this, right? As you can see here, going on the previous downtrend. And guys, this is the daily time frame, right? This is the daily time frame. So it's not going to be happening overnight, right? It's not going to be happening overnight. It could be, well, it might happen in a day or so, as we've seen on these wicks here. But my advice here is just to be patient. Obviously not financial advice, but just be patient if you are looking for that measure move coming down here. First things first, I will be taking a nice lump of profit at around that 31,151 zone. One, because that's a crucial point of support, as we've seen yesterday, in terms of this insane dump to the downside here. We've seen that insane support get played out. So we need to basically think about a swift rejection coming off there if we are going to see some sub support play out from there, right? So yeah, we will be taking a lump of profit there, and also we will be hoping that we can get down to this volume weighted ATR band and take the rest of the profit there. And also, I'd probably be entering along as well if we do get down to that zone, to bounce back up to the upside in terms of a retracement in terms of the price to the upside, right? Because obviously, as you can see here, we do have a lot of support acting in terms of that insane crypto crash from before. And guys, we are on the daily, remember. So yeah, that was literally one candle over the day. Smash that back up to the top side here. Could be seeing some insane gains if we do get down to that zone in terms of a long position. But for now, let's focus on the short position. And guys, nothing I say is financial advice. Do your own research on these trades. I'm not saying enter these trades. I'm saying, look, this is an educational standpoint on the trade that I could be entering myself. And do your own research, guys, whether you are going to enter it yourself. But yeah, if I can educate you on potentially an entry or something like that, then yeah, I will do that. But I'm not saying I'm not your advisor. Don't sue me. Basically exactly like that, right? So yeah, don't take these trades. Do not take these trades unless you've done your own research. But yeah, so we will be looking at around a 12%, near enough 13% for that trade. Very, very juicy indeed. And yes, I said be patient if we are going to see this play out. It's going to be very, very juicy indeed. And also we could actually predict a lot what's going to happen with the altcoins if we are going to see this short position play out here as well, right? Yeah, as I said, nice juicy amount of profit at this 31,150 zone. And guys, if you're liking the stream, smash that thumbs up. Helps me out tremendously in terms of the new YouTuber right now. Oh, we are on 11 likes. That's absolutely amazing, guys. It would be amazing if we could... 20 likes would just be absolutely amazing. And I think you guys can do it. I think you guys can do it. Do you think you can turn that thumbs up blue? Does it turn blue when you click it? Yeah, in terms of the short term. Back to the short term right now. At this point in time, obviously, we've seen this progression to the upside, right? We've seen the support get played out on the lower side of this channel, which is good. It's making this channel a lot more attractive, in my opinion. Granted, we did lose to the lower side. We're going to count this as a bit of slippage, right? Bit of slippage, not a head and shoulders pattern, not W there. But yeah, bit of slippage coming through. But we have actually come up, we have reclaimed it. So it's not all bad news, right? It's not all bad news coming through because we're seeing this progression, we're seeing this support getting acted out pretty good. It's pretty good. Granted, we did see this insane pump and we did see this rejection off this price action channel coming through here. But that is just literally a little bit of a correction from this insane pump to the upside here. Because if you think about it, from that low point there, we literally pumped near enough 9% there for Bitcoin. And that's just absolutely insane, right? So we can't pump that much for Bitcoin without some sort of at least like a 4 or 5% correction. Let me see how much that was. Yeah, around a 4.5 correction there. So yeah, that's not even bad. At the end of the day, we're still up, right? We're still up. We're still seeing that progression. We're still setting this higher low point, which is good, which is very good indeed. And also, we invalidated this lower high as well. So this is literally a sign that we're going to be seeing that progression to the upside. As I said, to this zone here, around that 35k zone. And jump into the chat quickly. Yeah, my short is ready at 34.7. Very intelligent decision there. Plurat forming a very nice 3-drive pattern, and it's respecting entry and every levels of the pattern so far on the hourly. Yeah, it's looking very good indeed. I must say, do you think we might get back into the triangle, BTC? I think there's potential there, bro. Definitely there potential. Yeah, definitely their potential. I was thinking about moving around some triangles at this point in time because obviously we're forming some new trade patterns coming through. But for starters, I would be that's the wrong tool. I would be getting rid of that currently resistance line there and just focusing on this channel for now. And then I would be drawing a bigger sort of triangle, maybe even a falling wedge point coming through. Maybe along the lines of something like this, like coming through something like that, right? And then we could be looking at potential measure move to the upside from there. Finally, maybe challenging these insane lower highs, which I've been talking about before, which is going to be crucial that we need to get over. But yeah, there's a few patterns that we need to think about here, guys. But yeah, at this point in time, let me bring that back. Yeah, there we go. Bring that back to that point. But yeah, let me get back to the short term. I do think we are going to have a bit of a bounce point on this 55. Bounce point on this 55. I can see it's progressing up from here if we do find a nice level of support on the 55 here. And also this horizontal level of support, that 33,800 there. Oh, we hit 17 likes. Amazing, guys. You guys are the best out here. Yeah, also, if we do see that progression to the upside, which we are potentially going to see up to that 35k zone, we do need to think about this RSI because we do get overextended here. That's basically going to be a factor that we are going to come down, right? And at this point in time, it's pretty good what's happening, right? We're seeing two basically fizzled out candles on the hourly, little bit of a retracement. Kidney man here, straight in the chat. We are going to see this pump. It makes me laugh every time, Kidney man. This pump coming up here. That's obviously the validation we're having for that pump. But yeah, it's looking good news. We're setting higher highs in terms of this uptrend. We're setting these high low points continuously. It's looking very good indeed. But yeah, we do need a little bit of a chill out zone on the RSI right now, just so we can get the momentum to have that next move up to that 35k. And then, as I was just saying, potential short position coming through there on the long term there. Very, very nice position to think about indeed, right? Let me bring up the MACD and see what's going on in the MACD from the hourly here. As you can see, we do have this this trend cycle coming through here, pretty big indeed. But as you can see, we did invalidate it with these pumps coming through. So yeah, that's done. That's absolutely done. And as you can see here, we do have this horizontal getting respected pretty heavily, right? This horizontal getting respected pretty heavily. So we do need to think about that as well. Granted, the MACD doesn't always, it's not 100% indicator, no indicator is. So we do need to think about that because if we do see that spillage to the upside there, it's going to be good. Cloud9, what's good? Nice to see you in the chat, my guy. And yes, we are still insanely far away from a bearish crossover. Insanely far away from a bearish crossover here. So that is an inclination that we are going to have that progression to the upside, which is another inclination that we are going to see this lovely test of this $35,000 here. And as I was saying a second ago, for you guys that have just joined the the stream here, we could be looking at potential short coming through on that $35,000 mark. There's a lot of signs coming in, coming through that. But let me jump to the midterm, right? Let me jump to the midterm. But yeah, crucial. So let me summarize the short term quickly. We would be looking at crucially finding support on this 55 moving average. So yeah, I'd be watching that 33,920 sort of zone and that 33,837 zone in terms of finding a nice level of support. If we lose that, then the bounce point would still be this. We've got this 10 moving average coming up here and also this 21 moving average coming up here. But look, guys, it's not the end of the world if that happens, because at the end of the day, if we come down to this point and we see that retracement to the upside again, we're still setting that high low point, right? We're still setting that high low point continuously, which means we're seeing that progression to the upside, which is what we goddamn need for Bitcoin. We need that, right? We all know that we need that. But yeah, it's not looking bad. Not looking bad. I mean, at this point in time, it is dumping as I'm talking. It's dumping as I'm talking. Live price action here from Bitcoin. We are dumping through the 55. So yeah, I would be cautious to watch this zone, as I was just saying here. But yeah, it's not the end of the world, right? We do have a nice horizontal support point sat around this zone here. In terms of this high point here, because we do obviously have these lower highs as well to get through, which we could potentially find a nice level of support there and also here as well, right? So yeah, it's not the end of the world. We could see some progression to the upside on the short term pretty soon. Litecoin when you can, dude. Yep, I will. Let me. Sorry, I'm just rambling on. All right, aren't I? Right, yeah. So the midterm, right? The midterm here for Bitcoin, we have come down into this channel. I would say the lowest point of this channel would be that 28,000 there zone. And as I was discussing on yesterday's evening stream, we did invalidate this high low point. So I wouldn't be surprised if we were to come down from there. I mean, we are, in my opinion now, I do think we are going to come up to the 55 sort of zone. No, 35,000 sort of zone. And then see progression to the downside from there, as it correlates with a lot of things coming through on different time frames here. And I do think what we're seeing here is just a bit of a correction, making everyone flip back bullish, because we're seeing that buying power to the upside. Obviously, you can see here, it's pretty goddamn steep indeed, pretty goddamn steep in terms of price action. And we're jumping up literally like 9-10% for Bitcoin. So that obviously gives people a lot more like, oomph to get into it, because they think they've got the fear of missing out sort of stuff coming through. But yeah, at my point in time, we are seeing, I will be predicting a nice big rejection at that 35. Now, on the RSI for the midterm, we do have this downward slope and resistance line coming through. And look, this correlates with a nice short position as well. If we do, obviously this is something that we do need to manage here, because if we do see that progression to the upside, we are going to be watching this zone in terms of resistance, right? If we do see resistance off this zone, then it's going to be an inclination that this short is going to come off very, very, very nice indeed. As you can see, heavy resistance getting played out near enough every time that we come up here. And yes, we are still pretty central on this downward sloping resistance line on the RSI. Obviously, when we come into history in the next over the summer or so, in the UK over the summer or so, we are going to see this this downward sloping resistance line in a sense play out. And the lower we go, the less reliable it is of finding resistance. And then we're going to break it and find a level of support and potentially progress up from there. So yeah, a few things to think about there. Yeah, at this point in time, it's likely we're going to see resistance. So yeah, I would be managing that with the old beady eyes there if we do see a nice test coming through from there in terms of the live price action, right? Yeah, as I was saying, 35 is the target price for me at this point in time to get there. I don't really see a massive rejection coming through right now because we're quite far away from quite a few points there. But yeah, let me bring up the MACD here on the midterm here. I hope you guys are having a fantastic Wednesday morning here. Fantastic Wednesday morning. Ah, very nice. Nice to take a little breath here and there. 26 likes on the stream there, guys. Thank you ever so much. That means absolutely the world to me. That's absolutely amazing. I can't believe we actually got to 25. That's crazy, crazy stuff there. Can you get it to 30? Yeah, in terms of the MACD right now, it's not looking so bad. We actually did have this this bullish. We are imminently for this bullish crossover, which is good news in terms of upwards momentum. Seeing that in the price action. Let me get rid of the RSI, and then I can see. And you guys can see the live price action as well as the MACD here. Yeah, so we are looking at basically a bullish crossover coming through here in terms of the MACD here, signifying an uptrend coming through, signifying us pushing up into that $35,000 zone. And then we're going to be looking at that juicy short position coming through there. So yeah, definitely something to take into account. Definitely something to take into account there. In terms of a downwards trend cycle here, we've got this coming through, but yeah, it's pretty fizzled out, and that's why we're seeing these flaccid little dirty uptrends coming through here. But yeah, so ideally what we want now is a nice big spike to get us up to that 35k zone. And then we want the bearish crossover to signify that short position down after that, smashing through, hopefully coming down to this horizontal target point coming through here. As you can see, pretty dominantly respected there around that 700 and or the minus 743 zone there on the MACD. Let me jump to the long term here. Let me jump to the long term. Kidney Man says it's not the end of the world for you, but for me, it will be no kidneys, no life. Interesting concept. Interesting. Maybe you shouldn't have sold your kidneys for Bitcoin. maybe reflect on that, bro. Yeah, in terms of what's happening here on the long term, we do have this descending triangle playing out, right? This pretty big descending triangle playing out. Obviously, we're nowhere near to the end of it here, so we do need to take into account of these this current resistance point and this current resistance point. In the future, if we are going to see any sort of progression around this sort of zone here in terms of a consolidation period before we see maybe another leg down, we'll just have to see. Grand Rising Chester and all my fellow TA enthusiasts. Hey man, does support and resistance weaken the more it's tested? Yes, it does, sir. If you test something, it's more like the common rule of three, right? The common rule of three is like, if something is tested 3 times, there's more chance it's going to get broken, right? There's more chance it's going to get broken. So yeah, I would take that into account. As you can see here, we've got quite a lot of tests coming through here, and then we see the break, right? So yeah, definitely something to take into account. More on, I'd say the longer time frames are more reliable for this. But yeah, as you can see here, like we've got 1 test, 2 test, 3 test, 4 test, break, and then consolidation along it, and then we reclaim it. So yeah, it's usually the rule of 3. I take that into account, but I wouldn't say every single time it's the rule of 3, because you can't say it's congruent 100% of the time, like a lot of things with trading here. So yeah, just take that into account, the rule of 3. That's pretty much what I go on there, just to take one sort of fraction of information. I wouldn't be going solely on the rule of 3, right? Hello, Chester. Good day to you also. Do you think BIT has enough momentum to go to 35k? It looks weak. I think at this point, if it does get to 35k, which we do have quite a lot of things here saying that we are going to get there in terms of RSI coming through here. As you can see, I got rid of my downward sloping resistance line coming through. Damn, I had that plotted in for ages. Let me see if I can get that back. Yeah, around that sort of zone there. Yes, I would be saying we do have the momentum to get to literally near enough the central point of the RSI here, and then we're going to see some momentum come down from here. So I would be looking at us getting to that 35k zone here. But obviously what is happening now, and this is why you're probably saying it looks pretty weak at this point in time, is because we're having a correction, right? We're having a correction at this point here because of obviously we've seen this insane pump to the upside. We saw this 9% come through here, as you can see here, literally 9% gain there for Bitcoin, and then we had a 4% correction here. From that 4%, we've come up, we found a nice level of support coming through here. And now we're just having a little consolidation correction period coming through, around a 2% dump here, before I think we are going to have another little wave up coming to this sort of zone here. Granted, if we don't have a wave up, I can see us coming down, testing this 21. But don't be scared here, because at the end of the day, we are setting these higher low points, coming through here. As long as we don't invalidate this one here, it's looking like we are going to see that bullish momentum continue. And also here, we do have this lower high point coming down of this trend, right, which this pump to the upside here, we invalidated this zone here. So that means another sign that we are looking for that bullish momentum to the upside here. So yeah, it's not looking bad, bro. It's not looking bad. But yeah, definitely take into account that 35k zone for resistance, right? Let me jump back to the long term here. Get a bit sidetracked here. So yeah, as you can see, we did break to the downside of this descending triangle, and yes, we were looking for a trade to come off here, but we didn't get in that, right? We didn't get in that, and now we're looking for this retest, right? We didn't quite get there on the retest, but if we can get to that 34,600 zone, as I said, we do have. For me personally, I would be waiting for that 35k zone and see that resistance coming off there, because I do think it would be a bit of a trap coming through here if we do get to that 35k zone. And it's basically going to be a trap to flip everyone long, right? It's going to be a trap to flip everyone long because it's basically surpassing all of these candle body closes from these major dumps on the daily, right? So yeah, I would be inclined to say we are going to see heavy resistance at this 35k zone. And if we do lose that, once we see that resistance play out and we do lose that 34,500, 600 sort of mark, then I would be inclined to be entering some sort of short coming through there. And that in terms of a measurement for that short position coming through here would be around that 12.94% there. Very, very nice indeed. As I was saying earlier, we're looking at a juicy take profit at that 31,151 there, just because obviously these wicks are coming down. We know there's big levels of support that I potentially, obviously depending on the momentum to the downside there, I probably wouldn't be closing the whole position there, and I might even leave a little bit in for that extra little 2% on this volume weighted ATR band. But what I was saying earlier is this volume weighted ATR band on the daily, we do need to think about potential long position from there, because obviously we see the upwards momentum in previous history when we saw this insane crash to the downside here, and it's not just going to keep going down, right? It's not going to just keep going down. We are going to see these corrections, which is what we're seeing now, right? We're seeing this correction to the downside, but yeah, we can't forget the facts. We can't forget the facts of the matter. We can't forget the facts of the matter that we actually did invalidate this higher low point here. So that is another indication that we are going to have that continuation to the downside. Granted, we are testing this higher low point here, and that's another point of resistance that we could be thinking about as well there, guys. But yeah, that's pretty much Bitcoin done. I will be jumping back into it throughout the stream here, guys, just to see what's going on. Let me actually, I didn't do the weekly or the day or the monthly, right? Let me jump onto the weekly and the monthly. Obviously it's midweek, so it's not really that much going on here. But yeah, just a little brief summary. We did actually find a nice level of support on the 55 after wicking down to it with quite a lot of downwards momentum as we saw us come down and test that 31k zone. So yeah, we did see that buying momentum to the upside coming through there. Oh, nearly at 30 likes, guys. Absolutely crazy stuff there. I appreciate all you guys on the stream. I hope you're having a fantastic day. But yeah, as you can see, we did actually find a nice level of support here on this 55 moving average and this horizontal level of support of that 31,150. As discussed on these on this previous time frame here. So yeah, we definitely it's definitely not looking bad, and we are invalidating this this high low point here to the upside, which isn't so bad. But at the end of the day, we do need to still think we are setting these lower highs, right? We are setting these lower highs continuously. In terms of the insane target to the upside here for the weekly, for the end of the week, I would like to see us come up to this 39,000 zone to actually. And that would, if we invalidate this lower high point coming through here, then I would be inclined to say we are going to look for that progression to the upside from there. But at this point in time, we all know we're miles off that 39,000 zone. So yeah, long way to go for that. Let me jump to the monthly here and just say, yeah, we are actually currently testing this this 10 moving average as well on the monthly chart here, and that's pretty dominant as well. So we do need to take that into account as well with the short position that we got coming through here. So yeah, that is that's going to be correlating around that 39,000 sort of 600 mark as well. If we do see that price play out, that is going to correlate with the daily the daily retest of this descending triangle coming through in terms of the short position we could be looking at as well. Greg Face Fang, sorry man, have to go. Keep up the good work, bro. Nice to see you on the stream there, Greg Face Fang. Cool name as well, bro. Cool name. Yeah, see you soon, bro. I'll be back streaming tomorrow if you want to tune into that, and potentially this evening as well. We'll see how we go. See how the throat holds out, right? But yeah, that's Bitcoin done. Let me jump to some altcoin requests there. Thanks, Chester. Just as you explained, Bitcoin is recovering. Amazing, Tio. Don't worry. Well, not long, as for sure. I don't know if I have the balls. $40 still hurt. Oh, brother. As I said before, I think I remember you on yesterday's stream. Don't be scared. I mean, don't be worried about taking a loss. It happens to the best of us, bro. As successful traders aren't 100% successful, right? It's just next to impossible, right? But yeah, so definitely don't be scared about taking a loss there, guys. But yeah, let me jump to the request. I think it was Alexandru first for CKB. Let me jump to that for you, sir. CKB USDT. Not bad. Not bad at all. Didn't invalidate this high-low point coming through here. You've actually seen that progression to the upside. You've set a new high-low, which is looking pretty goddamn juicy in my opinion. Looking very juicy, but I would say a crucial point of resistance would be at the zone you're at now. As you can see, these you've got these lower highs from this previous insane dump to the downside, right? You've got these lower highs from this insane dump to the downside. So I would be inclined to say you're going to find a little bit of resistance here, maybe even some sort of little consolidation period before seeing that progression to the upside, right? So yeah, I would expect some flaccidness coming through here, some pretty boring price action, not so volatile. If you are to stay around this zone, if you are to find resistance here, don't worry, you've got a little safety net coming through here in terms of this massive level of support, this upward sloping support line coming through here. So yeah, you do have quite a bit of support coming through. So yeah, I wouldn't be too scared, bro, and it's not looking bad in terms of this trend reversal, as long as you can keep setting these high lows continuously, and you are still eradicating these lower highs in terms of the shorter term trends coming through here. So yeah, it's not looking bad in terms of targets right now for the short term. Your main point is to get over this sort of zone here, and that's sitting at around, I'd go for the candle body close. It would be around that 1 cent and 93 there. So yeah, if you can get a couple candle closes above that, ideally above this 200 moving average as well, then it's going to be good, right? It's going to be good for you in terms of looking for that progression to the upside. But yeah, that would be the short-term target for myself there if I was involved with this CKB right now. But yeah, I wouldn't be saying it's going to absolutely tank it down anytime soon, but you do need to take into account of this resistance playing out here. But as I said, you do have a little safety net if you are accidentally falling off that high rope course 50 feet in the air, right? So yeah, you do have that little safety net coming out here. So yeah, not so bad, bro. In terms of the RSI for yourself, it's pretty central, so you've got a little movement to play out there, depending whether you're going to go up, whether you're going to go down. Pretty rough indication there, but yeah, you've got space, you've got time, bro. If you can't find the time, you've got the time. And yeah, you are looking for that bullish crossover coming in soon. As you can see, this downtrend basically fizzling out on the MACD here. So you would be looking for this bullish crossover and looking for that upwards momentum, which is good stuff, very good stuff. And that could give you enough upwards momentum to see you progress and set some candle closes above this 200 moving average there. That's CKB done for you there, Alexandru. Let me jump to link for Steve S there. And guys, if you're liking the stream, smash that thumbs up. We are currently on 31 likes. Absolutely amazing stuff, guys. I nearly typed in Steve S on the thing there. I've got link on my watch list anyway. Let me jump that in. Link. There she is. There she is. Yeah, there's a pretty dominant level of support in terms of a trend line coming through here, which we can plot in there very nicely. And that is that's near enough putting in a little bit of a symmetrical triangle playing out, which is nice to see compared to other altcoins, right? Because we're not really seeing that play out that much. I would obviously say we do have a pretty dominant level of support coming through here on this previous symmetrical triangle, but obviously we did lose that. And if you were looking for that trade in the past there, we could be looking at some sort of measure move to the downside, looking along the lines of that. But yeah, you didn't get there quite. So yeah, let's get rid of that and let's go on the live price right now. The live price right now, I would be inclined to say I'm going to leave this trend line coming through, because that is probably going to act as a pretty heavy point of resistance for you there, sir, as well as correlating potentially with this high low point as well. I mean, at this point in time, you are finding a nice level of support on this horizontal support point, and as well as this upward sloping support zone at this $22.32. I would be inclined to say you are going to see that reversal, but right now, I would be looking at least some resistance, some sort of consolidation zone here, as you are seeing with with this high low point, which you are trying to basically smash through at this point, because as you can see, last time you did dump, you invalidated it, right? So now it is actually going to act as a pretty big resistance point. So yeah, that is definitely something to consider there. But yeah, as I was saying earlier, as I was saying on CKB, right, you do have this this safety net coming through here, which you are finding a nice level of support on. Let's go on the worst case scenario. Let's go on the worst case scenario. For the time being now, if we eradicate that for now, let's say you're in this symmetrical triangle pattern, I would be looking at a target to at least come and say hello to these moving averages coming down here, at least to flirt with the idea of it. But obviously, in order to do that, you do need to get over this higher low zone from that previous price action there. So yeah, I would be looking at getting over that. That would be your short-term target around that $24.78 zone. In terms of the RSI, you're pretty near enough oversold there. So you got a bit of breathing space if you want to see that progression to the upside. But yeah, I would say if you are going to see that sell-off, you are going to see that level of support getting played out yet again, because that would basically mean you are going to be oversold on the RSI there. So it will give you that progression to the upside as well, which it's not looking so bad, bro, but I would be watching this zone pretty crucially right now. Let's just say that you do lose this zone, right? Let's say on the basis you lose this zone, there is a potential short position to the downside coming through, looking along the lines of this, right? Obviously, that's a pretty big, pretty greedy measure move coming through there. So in my opinion, I don't think that's going to play out, because for crypto, even that's pretty goddamn greedy. And let's look at the percentages for that. It's dirty. It's 43%. So yeah, that's another reason why that shouldn't play out. If it is going to play out, then God help Link, right? Yeah, that's probably not going to play out, bro. So I wouldn't be too worried about that. I would be looking at the progression to the upside from here, potentially in the more of a long-term target. I would say I would be inclined to say basically you want to be trying to come up and test this test the top side of this symmetrical triangle at least before you see that break, just so we can see the measure move basically be a little bit smaller, right? We can see the measure move be a little bit smaller, so it's not actually that that drastic when we do actually break through to the top side or the bottom side there. Yeah, ideally for the price action, you want to be coming up. You want to be breaking this short-term target here of this 24, 25 sort of zone there. And what is next on the chat? Let me I think it was Solana baby. I don't know why every time I see Solana, it's just like I feel like I'm in Hawaii or something. That's why I say that. Solana. Yeah, that's a pretty ugly chart in terms of that trend line coming through. Let me get rid of this. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Let's start drawing. Let's start drawing once again. I mean, first glances, very, very nice. Very goddamn nice indeed. Very, very nice indeed. I do like how we are holding this zone here, and how we are seeing that progression to the upside, how we are invalidating these lower highs, how we are currently testing these lower highs here. If we can get a nice level above these lower highs, short-term target, just looking at the 12-hour right now, pretty hard to gauge, so we will be dropping down to some other time frames there. That's that $46,000, no, $46 and 47 there. So yeah, I would be looking at seeing this zone play out a bit more. Flirt with it a bit more. You need to flirt with it a bit more and see that progression to the upside if you do want to see us go up from there. But as I said, it's not the end of the world. It's looking pretty good in terms of setting these high lows continuously. Very, very nice indeed. Yes, you did a little bit of an invalidation in terms of this dump to the downside here. But yeah, let's blame that on Bitcoin. Let's blame that on Bitcoin and say, no, Solana is strong. Solana is up. Solana baby's going to get there. So yeah, we are setting these high lows continuously. And yeah, target point would be this zone here. Let's jump down to some smaller time frames and see what we can gauge from that coming through there. Yeah, I would say you've got a horizontal resistance point sat around that 43,092.6 there. So I would be looking at a nice break of that point before seeing that progression to the upside. And in terms of a bit more of a target to the upside after that, if you do find a level of support in terms of the short term here, I would be looking at a target of that $47 zone in terms of a resistance point. And that is basically the volume weighted ATR. And as you can see, we do find heavy resistance off that point as well continuously, right? It's a very good gauge to find a nice level of resistance from. Granted, sometimes we do come over it, and when we do come over it, we always basically return. We return back to it in terms of a price retracement there. So yeah, that would be something to think about. Oh, just move that. And yeah, I would definitely be watching that in terms of a target point there around that 47 zone in terms of sort of the short term there. Let me jump down to the chat and see what's going on. Sorry guys, I'm literally scrolled back up in the chat. True, I do not play with virtual money. To be honest, bro, when I first started trading, I was literally only trading virtual money because I didn't want to lose my own cash flow, right? And yeah, that's basically how I started to trade. And then when I started to become, in a sense, more successful, I went to the real money. And then you got the battle of the emotions because obviously it's not fake money anymore. So you got the battle of the emotions. which is we all know it's a good game. It's a good game, battling the emotions in terms of trading. It's one of the hardest and most crucial things to get over in terms of trading right now. But yeah, so in terms of a short-term target here for Solana, it would be to get over this 44 zone at this point in time. As I was saying, it's not so bad. You are setting these higher lows in terms of the short-term time frames here. You are challenging these lower highs here. So as long as you hold this this 42.31, $42.31 zone, I can see a potential progression to the upside from there. But yeah, don't be surprised if you see some sort of short-term consolidation period happening here, because obviously these pumps are big, right? These pumps are not small. These pumps are pretty big to the upside here. Look, you're looking at 25% pump there, near enough for Solana at that point there. And then you obviously see that retracement to validate that pump. And then obviously you're seeing another literally 10% pump there. So I wouldn't be surprised if you were to come down at least to 41, test these zones here, and then see that progression to the upside yet again. So yeah, a few things to think about there for Solana, sir. We do have a downward sloping resistance line to think about coming through here in terms of if we do see that progression to the downside. In terms of a reversal in the price, in terms of a reversal in the trend, which we are currently seeing at this point in time, I would be inclined to say we should be looking at this because as a bounce point in terms of a level of support here, yeah, definitely very, very interesting there. Crypto is like women, unpredictable. Hey, bro, we can't discriminate on this channel anymore. It's 2021. It's 2021. But yeah, crypto is like humans, unpredictable. Interesting. Or if you want to identify yourself as not a human, don't know where I'm going with that. Probably shouldn't go there. But yeah, who's next on the request? Get your requests in the chat there, guys, and we'll get to them. Solana. Let me get to ETH there for Ivo next. And Ivo has been on the stream for quite a long time now, like maybe like 4 or 5 days, maybe even a week in a row now. Very, very cool stuff there, Ivo. Do appreciate your support continuously. And how many likes have we sat on currently? 34 likes. Amazing stuff there, guys. Absolutely amazing. I think my yesterday's target for the stream was I think I said 40. And I finished the stream, I had like 50 likes. I was just absolutely over the moon, guys. So yeah, thank you ever so much for that. In terms of Ethereum, we have obviously got this this ascending triangle coming through, and it's not looking so bad, right? It's not looking so bad. As I was saying on yesterday's evening stream, because I do stream every single day, guys. On yesterday's evening stream, we didn't actually get to this invalidation point in terms of this higher low point. So it is looking pretty good in terms of finding support on this zone here and seeing that progression to the upside, right? In terms of a target price for Ethereum right now, in terms of the short term, I would be looking for this horizontal point coming through here. As you can see, we do find pretty big levels of support coming through there. If we can get support on it, if we can clear this 21 moving average come down as well, I would be looking at progression to the upside from there, potentially having some resistance at this 21. That's your fear speaking, Chester. You were saying that only because you were married. I'm not married, sir. I do have a long-term female, though. A long-term female. Nearly 5 years in the game with her. Happy man. happy man. Yeah, as you can see here, as I was saying, short-term target here for Ethereum would be that 2,559. Get over that. We can see some nice progression to the upside. But yeah, it's not looking so bad. After that, I would be looking at targets to come through in terms of these lower high points to smash through here. But obviously, we're way off that point there, and we do have a bit of resistance coming through in terms of moving averages to think about there as well. So yeah, as I said, short-term target would be that zone there. If we are to find resistance off this point, right, if we are to find resistance off this point, guys, it's not the end of the world for Ethereum as long as we don't break this ascending triangle, right? If we don't break this ascending triangle, then it's good. It's good because if we break this ascending triangle, then we are going to be looking at progression to the downside, which we do not want. Fearful still. Man, I like this stream. Nice. Thanks, bro. Appreciate you a lot, kidney man. Kidney man. Every time, bro. This makes me laugh. Jokes. But yeah, so what was I saying? Yeah, so if we are to lose this zone, if we are to find resistance off this point, then don't I would be watching this point, this support point with BDIs in a sense, as I say, at that 2,400 zone. If we do lose that zone, which I don't think we are going to personally lose that zone, because we do have nice levels of support continuously at these zones, I would be inclined to say, worst case scenario, we have a wick down to this 2,300 sort of zone before that progression to the upside. And absolute worst case scenario, we do lose this zone, and we would be looking for that measure move down. So yeah, look at the momentum. If we are going to lose it, then I would be inclined to say measure move down, potential short position. Obviously correlating perfectly with this candle body close. Obviously depending on where we're going to break this this ascending triangle to the downside, right? Which is at it's pretty unlikely, as I was just saying. But we like to go through all the scenarios just to plan out of what we need to be looking out for, and basically see if we can get a gauge of what could happen if we do get to that point. Because obviously the price is never going to stay exactly where it is, right? It's never going to stay exactly where it is. Unless it's a stable coin. So yeah, if we do see in the same dump, I would be watching this zone. And then after that, we do have these crucial zones to watch for. If we lose them and potentially come down and have a retest, then we would be looking at a potential short position there for Ethereum. But I'm pretty bullish on Ethereum right now. As you can see, we didn't invalidate the high low point. So I would be inclined to say that progression short-term target to the upside, as I was saying, is that 2,559 zone. Let me get back to a request there for, that was for you there, Ivo. Let me jump to... Hi, Chester, my man from Rockat. Nice to see you back on the stream. I do recognize your name there. Let me have a little look here. Very nice. Litecoin there for Tom. Did I do Litecoin for Tom? No, I think I might have done Link. And guys, if you're liking the stream, smash that thumbs up. Turn that thumbs up blue. And I do stream every single morning, guys. 2 to 3 hours every single morning. We'll see how long I can go. I've been going for 43 minutes this morning. And I'm feeling pretty good, right? I'm feeling pretty good. So we could be looking at potentially 2 hours coming through here, potentially 3 hours coming through here. We'll just see how we go. And guys, if you keep the chat lit, then it's always good for me. It's always good for me in terms of showing my stream to more people, right? So yeah. Let me do some like polling things, and we'll do some votes and stuff, and that will keep you guys active in the chat. I think that'd be quite cool to do as well. We'll do it for Bitcoin. Maybe at the hourly point, we'll jump onto Bitcoin and we'll do a voting thing of whether we think it's going to go up or down, and we'll see whether it's going to go on from there. So yeah, Litecoin here for Tom right now. Just getting loads of emails. Litecoin there for Tom right now. And we're at 35 likes. Crazy, crazy stuff. Litecoin here for Tom. As you can see, the symmetrical triangle, Tom, we played this out pretty big, right? Pretty big in terms of a potential measure move to the downside. For a short position, it would have been something along the lines of this, right? And it would have basically played out that measure move pretty goddamn well. I mean, at this point in time, I hate to say it, you did invalidate this high low point. So you're actually currently setting this high low point on your own. You're on your own, Tom, in terms of this trend coming through here. Yeah, you've invalidated this high low, so that's an indication that we are going to have that continuation to the downside. So I wouldn't be surprised. Next target to the downside would be this $131. Obviously, that's going to have an effect on what Bitcoin's going to do. And if you are going to see that continuation to the downside, I would be expecting some heavy resistance coming through here. Crucial point to watch would be this previous candle body close on the support level here at this 151. So yeah, keep your eyes on that, Tom. And if we do see us break this zone here, as I was saying, target point would be the next zone coming down here. I'm not saying short it. That's not what I'm saying at all. But I'm saying literally just watch these support points crucially, right? As you can see, currently you're testing pretty crucial high-low point from the previous price action in terms of that downtrend coming through here, before we switched back bullish, right? So yeah, we do need to think about this zone in terms of a short-term target to the upside, which is what we want. We want our things to go up, because I do presume, Tom, you are in a hodling position here. A lot of people are for specific coins like this Litecoin. So yeah, I would be inclined to say if we do see that progression to the upside here of this horizontal, took the short halfway, we'll look out for 131. Okay, I was wrong there. But yeah, if we do see resistance, which we're currently seeing resistance off this zone here. So obviously you just said you are in short there. If we do see resistance, I would be looking at potentially some take profit around that 151. Or if we do see a break to the upside here, we are going to see resistance off this 21 moving average coming through here, sat at around that 165, and as you can see, that does correlate with a few candle body closes coming in through here. So yeah, we are potentially going to see a heavy point of resistance at that 165 as well. So yeah, in terms of your short position here, you do have a pretty penny of resistance to quite a lot of things of resistance coming down to basically stop you in terms of seeing that progression to the upside, and also you have invalidated this high low. So yeah, it's not all bad in terms of your short position there. Antonio, nice to see you back on the stream there, bro. You've been on for quite a few days now, so I do really appreciate your support, and I will get to Matic. And Nialesh is there as well. Nialesh, the OG. Let me jump through those requests. I'm adding them to the list. So guys, smash those requests in the chat, and I will be getting through them as I'm going. And then we just did Litecoin there for Tom. Let me jump to Matic, I think it is. Matic is pretty requested out in here. Pretty requested. Let me jump to Matic and see what's going good there. Because last time it wasn't looking so hot. It wasn't looking so hot for Matic. Matic coming through. as you can see here for Matic on the 4LA, we are in this falling wedge pattern. We're in this falling wedge pattern, and this is crucial stuff to look at, guys. As we saw the dump come through here with this falling wedge pattern, I know quite a few people would have probably been like, it's time to short. This is a very attractive trade. This is a very attractive chart pattern. It's time to short now. Bang, try and short. Try and looking for this completion of a measure move to the downside coming through here. But no. This is why we wait for the retest. This is why we wait for the retest. We would wait for the retest to get in short. And look, we've progressed back to the upside, right? And now we've basically found another level of support in this falling wedge. So yeah, as you can see, we're back in the falling wedge, right? We're back in the falling wedge. So if we are going to look for a potential short position coming through here, we would be waiting. We would be waiting yet again for us to break to the downside, come back. From this support point at that $1.33, have that retest, and then judge the momentum from there, right? Judge the momentum from there. In terms of progression to the upside here for Matic, I would be inclined to say, look, we do have this downward sloping resistance line to think about. Granted, it is to the top side of the RSI, which makes it a little bit more reliable in terms of resistance. In terms of resistance, so if we do find a bit of a pump here for Matic coming through, we are definitely potentially going to find some resistance at this 200 moving average, this 21, and also we've got this horizontal at $1.53 there to consider, right? God, my hair looks like it's definitely receding. Not very good at all. Yeah, we got this $1.53 in terms of a resistance point coming through there. 37 likes, guys. Absolutely insane. Thank you so much for those. Can we get it to 40? Is 40 a good target? Absolute crazy stuff there, guys. But yeah, in terms of a target point for Matic to the upside here, it would be this 200 moving average, and it would be to invalidate this lower high point that we've set here. As you can see here on this downtrend, we've actually come up. We tested this lower high. We actually set a new lower high because we didn't break this one here. So yeah, we in terms of a live price action to get to the top side here, we would be looking at a target to get over here if we were looking for that bullish momentum to basically resume. Yeah, bullish momentum to resume there at that $1.51 there. In terms of progression to the upside, but as I was saying, look, you've got heavy resistance, right? You've got heavy resistance, so you are going to need some sort of buying momentum to the upside, right? At least some sort of buying momentum to the upside. But we know Matic, right? We know Matic. It has that potential to do that, and I know a lot of people are pretty bullish on Matic in terms of the long run. So yeah, we'll just have to see how it goes, bro. But yeah, in terms of target points, I would be watching this lower zone of this falling wedge, pretty crucially, right? Pretty crucially. And yeah, take into account if we are going to be entering a short position, it would be we would say around 21% there, very nice indeed, and we would be taking juicy amounts of profit at these horizontal points coming through here. Now, worst case scenario, we've got a bounce point at this volume weighted ATR band to think about, and that does correlate with these candle body closures here and these horizontal levels of support at that 88 cents, 85 cents. But for me personally, I know a lot of people who are insanely bullish on Matic, so if we do even see this level, if we do even see a dollar even tickle past, we are going to basically see an insane surge in terms of buying power for Matic, just in terms of the fundamental side of things. I do think a lot of people will switch back bullish on Matic pretty goddamn soon indeed. Let me jump to the chat quick. Should we wait or should we buy Matic? Hey Maddie, nothing I say is financial advice. I can't tell you when to buy. I can't tell you when to sell. But in terms of the long run for myself, in terms of what I'm going to be doing for Matic, I do think we've got some insane gains to see. And as you can see here, when we did see this insane crypto crash, and we did see this massive low point here, we know Matic was one of the only ones that actually pulled through and actually near enough set a new all-time high, which is absolutely crazy for that price action to happen at that point. And that's why I do think we are seeing this bit of a downtrend here, just validating what's happened here in terms of this insane parabolic run-up. And guys, this is the 4-hourly candle, right? This is 4 hourlies. This is the 4-hourly time frame, 4-hourly candle-y, 4-hourly time frame coming through here. So yeah, it's just been insane progression to the upside from that recovery point. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we were to see a switch around in the price to see a potential measure move come to the upside if we do see that buying momentum. But I do know for a fact, well, not for a fact, right, but I do know if we do see that momentum switch to the upside, a lot of people will be jumping straight into Matic because they'll be scared of the FOMO of missing out on a pump like this, right? So yeah, that would be one thing I would say to you there, Maddie. Let me jump to what was next. Hope your tooth is treating you well. Yes, it's getting there, Neelesh. It's getting there. I've got because it was all four wisdom teeth coming through at the same time, which was pretty bad. Let me see. So I've got one through at the moment, and the other one's like halfway through, and the other two have kind of chilled out for a bit, which is good. Let me get to the request there. So we got Matic done. Thoughts on ADA from Lethal Mind. Very bullish on ADA in terms of the long run here. And guys, I'm going to be going for a little quick break at the hourly point, and then we're going to do a little bit of polling after that in terms of Bitcoin to see what's happening there. Because I need the toilet, drinking all this water and tea in the morning to stay awake for the stream. Very nice. Very nice H2O there. Seriously underrated. Yeah, so ADA. ADA, I did make a nice pretty penny on ADA the other day. I made around 8% in terms of a short position to the downside. Very nice indeed. I saw a death cross coming through, and also the resistance playing out on the RSI coming through here as well. So yeah, very, very nice indeed in terms of a nice trade for myself there. But let me jump to some smaller time frames coming through here, and we can get a bit of a gauge on what's happening, because I can see a bit of a rising wedge coming through. I'm just looking at my chart coming through here in terms of the short term. Obviously, guys, we are on the hourly, so this is more of the swing stuff. Near enough the scalps there. So yeah, we do have a rising wedge coming through here on the hourly, right? So yeah, if we are looking in terms of levels of support, I would be looking at a level of support sat at around that $1.52 mark there, 52.94. 40 likes, guys. Amazing stuff from you guys there. Thank you ever so much. So yeah, I would be looking at a nice level of support sat at around this $1.52 mark. I would be watching that crucially. If we do lose that, we would be looking at a potential short position measure move to the downside, looking like something like this. Obviously, depending on where we're going to break along this falling wedge, right? Obviously, depending on where we're going to break. And I would be inclined to say I would be taking a nice juicy bit of profit at this horizontal level of support at that $1.45, which for me personally is pretty goddamn cheap for nearly said for Matic, for ADA there. But yeah, in terms of the long haul, the long haul flight here. In terms of the long haul flight, we haven't invalidated this high low point, which is crucial, right? We haven't invalidated this high low point. Jump to the bigger time frame here. We haven't invalidated this high low point, so that's an indication that we are going to see that progression to the upside, which is good. It's goddamn good indeed. If we were to come down to this level, I would see resistance bouncing off there. Support being formed off there, and then bouncing to the top side. But at this point in time, we are finding a bit of resistance here, and that's obviously why we're seeing this this rising wedge play out here. Ideal scenario, even if we do have that measure move to the downside, a little short position playing out here on the hourly. If we do have that measure move to the downside, we're not going to be invalidating this high low point, the next high low point that we've set on the longer term time frames, right? We're not going to be invalidating that point. So at the end of the day, it's still looking bullish for ADA as long as we don't invalidate this zone here when we see this potential short position play out here. Now, if we are looking for progression to the upside, right? If we're looking for progression to the upside, I would be inclined to say, look, we do have these lower high points to think about here. Obviously, this is the high point here. We do still have these lower high points to think about. Granted, we did invalidate these zones here in terms of lower highs, but this still acts as a lower high, right? In terms of a level of resistance, as we can see playing out here. In terms of horizontals, right? So yeah, we do need to definitely, that's the wrong tool. We do need to definitely take into account this zone here in terms of a resistance point to get over. If we can get over that, it's looking pretty goddamn good indeed. It's looking pretty good indeed. And then the next target for me, so short-term target would be to the upside, and that's sat around that $1.58 there for you there, zone, Mr. Lethal Sir. Mr. Lethal Sir, that would be the short-term target to get over the 55, final level of support at this $1.58 zone. And then if you can see the progression to the upside from there, then I would be inclined to say, I would be willing to evaluate on, trying to get my terminology by speaking up. I just can't think of new words, right? But yeah, I would be inclined to say that if we find support on this zone here, we are potentially going to find a level of resistance off this upward sloping resistance line that we got playing through here. If we can find support on that, ideal. If we can break that, that's going to be absolutely lovely indeed. In terms of juice, we would be potentially looking at a measure move, looking along the lines of this, obviously depending if we go up straight from here. If we do come down and test this zone, I would be willing and ready to say that the measure move would be looking along the lines of this, and we would be looking at a progressive upswing to the upside, looking along the lines of this, right, smashing through the 200 moving average, of course, potentially taking on a nice juicy bit of profit there. In the terms of a percent for that trade, it would be around a 4.9% trade, obviously depending on where we're going to break along the top side of this rising wedge here. But yeah, it's pretty much ADA summed up in terms of short-term targets. But yeah, if we do see that short play out to the downside here on this rising wedge, I wouldn't be afraid, bro, as long as you don't lose this this high-low point. If you lose this high-low point, I would be seeing that progression to the downside play out, as I was saying on the longer-term time frames here. But then you've got this 200 in terms of correlation point with this horizontal support point at that $1.35 as well. So yeah, not so bad for ADA. In terms of the fundamentals for ADA, I'm pretty bullish indeed. If you don't know the fundamentals of ADA, go to YouTube, search Cardano Africa, and yeah, have a little watch of that video. Great stuff going on there. Let me look at requests coming through. We got Matic, Luna for Mark coming through here. Let me do a bit of Luna, nearly at that near the hourly point there. Yeah, guys, I hope you're having a fantastic day here in England. It is pretty sunny indeed, pretty sunny. I think it's gonna be like 24 degrees or something today. Very, very nice. Get a tan on, all of that. Yeah, as you can see here, we do have an ascending triangle, right? Ascending triangle here on Luna. Not looking so bad. We do have a few touches. Ideally, I'd have liked another touch, but from this point coming down here. But at the end of the day, right, we got one here, and we're still quite early. We're still quite early in this chart pattern here. So yeah, it's not looking so bad. Still healthy. Still getting those nice confirmations. In terms of a major confirmation, in terms of a target right now, would be to get over this horizontal at that $5.65 there. Jump to the 4 hour. Yeah, the $5.65 there. That would be a target to get over, because obviously you do see the support points playing out from here, right, in terms of this horizontal. So we do need to think about the progression to the upside if we do see a nice level of support being played out. Unfortunately, this high low did a little bit get invalidated, right? But as I was saying, right, we are part of this massive ascending triangle here. So I wouldn't be too scared about the progression to the downside. If we are going to lose it to the downside, next target, so yeah, crucial point to watch would be this support line, this upward sloping support line, and this horizontal point coming through here, and that's sat at around that $5.17. If we do lose that, then it is likely that we are going to come down and test this zone and see potentially a bounce point happening here, as we have seen here. But yeah, at this point in time, it's not looking so bad in terms of reversing the trend. But yeah, I would be watching this zone pretty crucially before having the initiation that we are going to come to the downside. Now, to the upside. Targets to the upside right now, as I was saying, is that $5.65. That's the first target for me. And then it would be this lower high point here. Quite high up, yes, I must admit, at that $6.48. But if you are going to look for that progression to the upside, first thing I'd say it would be that $5.65, and then we've got a target of this $6.48. If we are going to be looking at that bullish momentum to continue, right, that's going to be the sign around this zone here that we are going to see that continuation to the upside. So yeah, before you're smashing in those long positions, I would be waiting for confirmation that we are going to actually see that progression to the upside, because actually invalidating this this high low here actually means that we are seeing that progression to the downside. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Watch this zone pretty much with your beady eyes, as I say there, and yeah, reference a few other indicators. As you can see here, we do have we did near enough get oversold here on the RSI, but we're seeing that buying back power, and that's what we're seeing here. Seeing that in a sense a bit of a consolidation period, and that's basically what's giving the RSI a nice chill out point, which is what we need, right, for another big move to the upside or a big move to the downside in terms of buying or selling power on the RSI. So yeah, we'll see what's going on there. But yeah, as I was saying, just watch watch this space. There's a lot of people say out there. But yeah, a few things going on there for Luna. In terms of targets there for you, Mark. Hope your teeth are treating well. Hey, did you do any research on Theta Fuel? No, I didn't do any research on Theta Fuel. I should have really. How might you find an indication using TL indicators, or where things might go limp when it's pumping or reaching new highs? Let me jump to T Fuel. T Fuel for you there, per se. Let me jump to T Fuel. But yeah, I was looking at this chart yesterday. I actually had a little glance at it this morning, because obviously we've set new all-time highs here. Crazy stuff, and it's near enough going parabolic, which is pretty mad. So yeah, I wouldn't be aping in anytime soon. I would be scared. I would be scared. I mean, if you're in profit and you're in a nice juicy bit of profit, for me personally, great take profit point. Granted, you could come up a bit more, go a bit more parabolic. Probably not that steep up to $1 or anything like that. But I wouldn't be aping in, as I was saying, because you are going to see some sort of correction happening pretty soon. As I was saying before, I don't really know the fundamentals of this coin itself. It does look pretty good in terms of this uptrend, but when you see an uptrend like this happen, let me get a curve tool playing out. Whereabouts is that one? I swear I found that one before. Nope, not there. Might be there. No, this happens every time I want to use this curve tool. Don't use that often, of course, otherwise I know where it is. No, can't find it. Brilliant. Very professional there. Well done, Chester. Very professional. Not a clue. Anyway, is it there? Yeah, there we go. Curve tool. There we go. That's what it always stumps me, because it's on the paintbrush, not an actual thing there. So I will be going from this point here. as you can see here, we are seeing this curve basically play out, right? We're seeing this curve basically play out. If we do see us come anywhere up to this point here, that's basically a point where we're going to see that swift rejection playing through, right? We're going to see that swift rejection playing through. And as you can see, we are seeing it's pretty flaccid at this point coming through. Pretty flaccid at this point coming through, which isn't so bad. This is a nice healthy uptrend, but the steeper we get, right, the steeper we get into this zone, the more parabolic we get, and then we're going to see some swift off big correction coming through here. And I know for a fact with Theta Fuel, a lot of people know that this is obviously an upcoming thing right now, and that's why we're seeing this upwards momentum play out. So we could be seeing quite a bit of FOMO come into the market at this point. If that is to happen, we are going to see that swift rejection when we do see that that high point get reached and that trend reversal happen, right? In terms of the RSI for the 4 hour, overextended, completely overextended in terms of buying power. So I would be inclined to say that we are going to have some sort of rejection coming through pretty soon indeed. Let me jump to the 12 hour. Same thing happening on the 12 hour here. Overextended, right? For me personally, if I was in a position looking at the RSI right now, I would be leaving my position, right? And also we have cleared the volume weighted ATR band, and as you guys know, if we do clear the volume weighted ATR band, obviously that is on the 12 hour, so yeah, it's not as reliable on the 12 hour, but on the 1 hour here, if we do clear the volume weighted ATR band coming through, we always come back and we always come down and test it, right? Always come down and test it, or we find a nice level of resistance off it, as you can see on the top side here. But yeah, imagine we're doing something along the lines of this right now. We're coming up to the top side. We are above the volume weighted ATR band. We're always going to come down and test it. And as you can see, this is near enough, sort of looking like the same run that we're currently seeing at this point in time. Seeing that steepness basically play out, right? So yeah, definitely something to think about in terms of a take profit point for here for Theta Fuel. In terms of how high I think it could go, in terms of the current run right now, I mean, it's fizzling out in terms of the hourly, but we've got to reference the bigger time frames right now, because if we're seeing this go parabolic, we're definitely going to see those corrections playing out there, guys. So yeah, I would be cautious on this point for Theta Fuel, because obviously we have just set that new all-time high. So yeah, for me, it's a take profit point for me personally. I wouldn't be taking that risk of the factor of us going any higher. Granted, we could go higher, but don't ever be sad for taking profit, right? I think it happened to me for ADA when ADA started that insane run to the upside, right? I think it was, I got out at like $101.99 or something along the lines of that. Yeah, it was like around this zone here. Like I got out, and then the progression just continued to the upside from there, and I was just watching it like, ugh, that's dirty. But I made insane gains from that. So I said to myself, look, I could have made that extra 10, 20% or something, but no, look, I made profit, I took it out. It was better than me holding it in like a lot of people aped in at this point here and then just got absolutely wrecked. So yeah, I was happy with my profit. Granted, I was watching it absolutely progress to the upside there from that point, but in terms of risk reward, made a lovely bit of profit. And then obviously that top zone topped out, and then we obviously saw the rejection. Thank you, kind sir. Not a problem at all, my kind sir, there per se. But yeah, we're at the 1 hour and 4 point there, guys. So I'm going to be taking a little short break. Probably going to be about a minute or so. Just need the low minute or so, and then I'll be back to do. We'll do a little brief summary on Bitcoin here, because we are seeing a bit of a rejection coming through on the hourly time frame, and then we'll do a bit of voting, shall we? We'll do a bit of voting, and we'll see what everyone else thinks about Bitcoin on what it's going to do, right? So yeah, stay tuned, guys. I will be back after the break. Peace. Hi guys, and welcome back to Crypto Chester. I am here to give you those crypto updates continuously. We are going to be doing a little bit on Bitcoin. Now we're back from the break here, and straight in the chat there was Cloud9 with "That song is so loud, bro." You know what, bro? That might be why I've lost a few viewers. Continuously, every time I go for a break, I usually have like maybe 4 or 5 viewers drop off, so that might actually be why. So next time I will actually have that song turned down, and it might actually keep a bit more of my audience. So thank you from me to you for letting me know that. Let me know that, because I can't actually hear that song because it's obviously on the OBS side of things, so I can't actually hear that song because I've got my own drum and bass house music playing in my ear to keep me keep going, right? So yeah, I appreciate that. A little insight there, Mr. Cloud9 there. But yeah, so let's do the short term, right? Let's do the short term for Bitcoin. As I was saying earlier, we were looking at this 55, and we're currently scurrying around. We're currently testing it. Let's jump down to the 15-minute, and we'll see what's happening here. We've seen this trend reversal. We got this 200 on the 15-minute as well. The 200 on the 15-minute as well. Having a scurry around. We're seeing this reversal in the trend. But at the end of the day, it's not the end of the world, because we are still setting these high-low points continuously in terms of this uptrend, right? We could see another swing to the upside, and that's what I'm hoping for that 35 sort of zone in terms of a test, right? That's the ideal scenario. Do you guys think it's going up? This is the question I want to ask you right now. Do you think we're going to see that 35,000? Do you think we're going to test the top side of this channel coming through here? He can't say anything about when to buy or sell, not financial advisor. He's just giving his TA on crypto. Exactly, sir. Exactly. Yeah, otherwise I'm just gonna get sued. Simple as that. I can't be like, enter your trade here. No, absolutely not. I can't be doing that. But yeah, if you guys think it's gonna go up, if you think we're gonna see 35, smash a 1 in the chat. If you think we're gonna go down and we're gonna lose this 55 zone, and we're actually gonna come down and potentially test this 21 at 33,333, put a big 2 in the chat. It'd be really nice to see your guys' insight. And I do have 21 people viewing here, so it'd be really nice to see maybe at least 5, 6 of you in the chat there. And we have smashed that 40 like target. Very interesting stuff there. Kidney just got to know that Ed Salvatore just made his BTC legal tender. I'm afraid for them. Interesting stuff there. Interesting stuff. Go lag, y'all. Test 35 and then dump, says Cloud9. That's what I think, sir, and that's why I do have a potential short position coming through for that 35 mark. Obviously, it's not a limit order. I'm waiting to see what happens because I can't be rushing into it. But yeah, we do have a few resistance points coming through on a lot of the time frames there to think about. As you can see on the RSI coming through here on the midterm here. And Mickey, is it Mickey? Mikey? I think it's Mickey. Mickey says 2. He thinks it is going to go down. Cloud9 says 1. He thinks it's going to go up. Antonio says 2. He thinks it's going to go down. I mean, at this point in time, be aware we do have these insane points of support coming through here at that 32,797 and 32,593. 35 then dump, yeah. Exactly what I think there, Tom. It's very nice to see all of the different opinions coming through here from you guys. But yeah, as we can see, we did actually invalidate this high low point coming through here. So it does look like we are going to see the progression to the upside first, in my opinion, right? Man, it's a volatile currency. Who is their finance minister? I want to have a chat. Funny stuff. Yeah, crazy stuff there. But yeah, let's jump back to any requests, guys. Dump them in the chat, and I'll get to them. If not, if there's no requests, I'm going to be. Oh, I forgot to do Doge for Julian, I think. Yeah, if you're still here, Julian, then I apologize to like me on my girlfriend. Dump on your girlfriend. Interesting. When it dumps, Elon becomes an unprofitable bag holder. Yep, funny stuff. First time here. Awesome stream, man. Subscribe. Thank you very much, Michael. Really appreciate it. Obviously, I've only been streaming for literally, it's going to be 4 weeks on Friday. So yeah, it means a lot to me saying that, bro, because obviously I'm still trying to improve. Still nervous at the start of every stream, right? It's pretty daunting. I'm speaking on camera. I've never really done anything like that before. So yeah, really appreciate the comment there, bro. SushiSwap, please, from Jake. Michael thinks it's going to go up. Question for you, Mr. Chester. Okay, sir. Hit me with a question. If I know the answer, then that'd be great. If I don't, then peek. But yeah, let me jump to Sushi Shop there for Jake. For Jake. I think that was the first request. Yeah, for Jake. Let's get into 50 likes. That'd be ideal. We're 7 likes away from that 50 like mark. That'd be absolutely amazing, guys, if we could hit that 50 likes. I'd be very proud of you guys if we can get there. That'd be amazing. That'd be really amazing. Let me do Sushi Swap for Jake there. I guess it's just sushi, right? Sushi. Oh, sushi swap. Unfortunately, right now, looking at the charts here, Jake, we did invalidate this high-low point here. So that's an indication that we are going to see the progression to the downside. and the previous lower high point that we would be needing to invalidate would be this target of that $10.36 there. But yeah, I would be inclined to say that at this point in time, let me jump down to the smaller time frames. Oh god, get to that that hourly point. We see those yawns come in. Yeah, we see those yawns come in. So we do see a symmetrical triangle coming through here. As I was just saying, we are seeing a consolidation period here for SushiSwap. So as I was saying a second ago, we are looking for that progression to the downside. I mean, scenario-wise, I would be inclined to say that we are going to have a measure move come down from this in terms of like a potential little scalp position coming through. If we are to break to the downside and test this this lower zone again that we're coming down on this trend, this lower low in terms of this trend coming through here. For novice starting out, do you think it's better to just concentrate on following a couple of coins, learn what they're doing in the chart? To be honest, Tom, in answer to your question, one sec, let me just do sushi and then I'll answer that question for you there. I called my girlfriend Sushi. She was pissed when I told her about SushiSwap. You're a strange guy, Mr. Kidney Man, but you never fail to make me laugh. I'll tell you that. Never fail to make me laugh. In terms of a measure move to the downside here for the symmetrical triangle here on this on SushiSwap coming through, we're looking at a nice little 4% trade coming through. Obviously, depending on where we're going to break along this symmetrical triangle, but I can see us breaking, right? I can see us breaking because we are setting these lower highs continuously, and yeah, we do have a nice target point of this this candle body closes coming through here for that low point coming through here around that $9.44. So yeah, it would be around a 4.43%, and I can actually see that happening because one, we have eradicated that high low point from before in terms of the trend. So yeah, it's an indication that we are going to see the reversal in the price there, and we could be looking at a long-term target point of around that $7.13 there. I mean, not ideal. We're not obviously going to see it dump off the cliff in a matter of minutes, right, or a matter of hours. We would potentially just see it fizzle down, ride down from that point there, setting these lower low points continuously and these lower high points continuously if we are going to see that, right. But don't be not cautious, but I wouldn't be surprised. That's the right terminology. I wouldn't be surprised if we did see a bit of a pump here, a bit of a trap, and then that progression to the downside. So be wary of that as well. Let me answer that question there for you, Tom. And that was, for a novice starting out, do you think it's better to concentrate on following a couple of coins, learn what they are doing on the chart? The problem is with crypto, bro. The problem is with crypto, it's pretty unpredictable, and chart patterns and stuff, they can play out in many, many different directions, right? So I wouldn't say focus on a few coins. For me, personally, I would stick to Bitcoin and then look at the Bitcoin dominance and see how it actually plays out on all the other cryptos. For me personally, I usually just trade the top 50 cryptos, right? The top 50 cryptos. I've got a watch list with the top 50 cryptos on. So if you go to CoinMarketCap, it's a great website, coinmarketcap.com. It basically tells you all the market cap of the coins, the supply, and all that stuff there. You might know that already. But yeah, if you basically just copy the top 50 coins, put them in a watch list on your trading view, and then just keep going through them, and basically focus on Bitcoin to start off with. Use the basic indicators like the RSI and the MACD, and that's why I've got them here. Don't want to stump you guys with loads of other indicators coming through here, but I will be in the future once I know my community is coming up basically at the same time, because I've basically heard if you start throwing loads and loads of different indicators on, you lose a different sense of your market target audience sort of thing. And I want kind of new traders, right? I want to be helping people out in terms of an educational standpoint here. So yeah, Tom, I would be focusing on Bitcoin itself. But if you are just literally a new trader, for me personally, what I did, I tried everything, right? I tried commodities, I tried stocks, I tried Forex. At the end of the day, a chart is a chart. At the end of the day, a chart is a chart. If you're learning technical analysis, you can trade any chart. Literally any chart, trade anything. So I would advise, if you are starting out, just to sit for an hour every single day. Put an hour in your diary every single day in terms of your time frames of the day. I would put an hour every single day just to look at a chart, just to practice your TA. Do that every single day for an hour. I did it every single day for literally a year. Every single day for an hour for a year. And then obviously I got a lot better because obviously you do it every single day. You learn more things continuously. You practice the same thing every single day for literally like 3 weeks. In that 3 weeks, you've mastered it, right? And then you move on to the next thing. You move on to the next thing. By that point, you're chucking literally so many things into the potential position for yourself and getting real gauge on where it's going to go, right? So yeah, just manage your time accordingly. And don't watch Netflix, bro. Don't watch Netflix and any of that time-wasting stuff going through there. That's what I stay away from, right? Or is it better to look for some long positions where possible on any coin to complete on? I think you might just be jumping into the fact of, like, I want to put on a trade. I wouldn't just watch Chester every day. You will learn. That's my goal there, Cloud9, to teach, to educate. But yeah, so I think you might just be wanting to jump into a position here. And if you're doing it just for the money, then you are going to lose, bro. You're going to lose. You've got to have a passion for trading. You've got to actually enjoy what you're doing, rather than going, that can make me $100. Let's ape in on that. Let's FOMO in on that and see if we can make the money there. But yeah, so I would recommend just straight up education, straight up discipline, self-discipline. Put yourself an hour a day to basically learn at least something new for trading, or practice your TA on the chart. I have seen you on the chat for quite a long time now, in terms of probably like 2 weeks or something. So yeah, you obviously are committed to it, and you obviously do enjoy it. But just take away the money factor while you're learning, and then you can focus on that, because then the emotions come once you've actually learned the TA, and that's another big stepping stone to get over in terms of a trade. The music that I've got is killing me; it's so loud. But yeah, guys, any requests, smash them in the chat, and I will get onto them. I'm going to jump to Ethereum. That's the wrong chart. I'm going to jump to Ethereum now and see what's going on there. And guys, what are we on? 43 likes. Absolutely amazing stuff there, guys. Really appreciate that. See if we can get to 50 likes by the end of the stream. That would be absolutely brilliant. And what do you guys think is going to happen on Ethereum? Do you think we're going to break this ascending triangle to the downside? Or are you guys bullish on Ethereum? Do you think we're going to find a nice level of support here and progress to the top side of this triangle? Let me know in the chat, and we will see what the narrative of the opinion of you guys of what you think is going to happen. Now, if we are going to look at a short position to the downside here, we would be looking at something along the lines of this. Obviously, we do have much appreciated, man, and putting in time for sure. Yeah, bro. One of the things that I did actually, this is for you here, Tom. One of the things that I did in terms of learning trading, I actually looked. I don't know your age, and I don't know what you do in a day-to-day life, right? But what I did, I had my phone. Obviously, I was on social media and stuff like quite a lot. Being a 25-year-old, so yeah, I was on social media quite a lot, and it was obviously pretty bad. So if you look at your phone screen time, and you're like, God, that's pretty awful. I'm spending literally like the average is like 6-7 hours a day per human on their phone, which is just like, what? 7 hours of your day? There's only 24 hours in a day. You're sat on your phone. So yeah, not looking very good at all. So yeah, so you want to take at least an hour of that away. Like, what are you doing? 6 hours of your day on your phone? That's just stupid, right? You could be literally managing your time so much better. So yeah, back to trading. Yeah, I will have a mindset because obviously I'm building an academy at this point in time. In terms of a course for you new guys out there who literally coming straight into it, and the first section of the course is all about mindset, and it's all about focusing in your mind on that self-discipline of actually getting to a high level of trading point to where you want to get to, right? In terms of what's happening here for Ethereum, back to the trading side of things, right? We're on the 12 hour. Let's jump to the 4 hourly here. See what's going on the 4 hourly. I mean, it doesn't look too bad in terms of what's actually happening here. It's looking pretty good in terms of a short trade. Just looking at what's happening here. We have seen this, obviously, this fake out here, this test to the downside. We didn't eradicate this high low point coming through here, but we are currently testing. We're currently testing this upward sloping, currently resistance line, right? So we are potentially looking at maybe a short position coming down in terms of a measure move coming down like so, right? We could be looking at a short position coming down for Ethereum, but I wouldn't be looking at the completion of the measure move, because obviously we do have these pretty dominant high lows to think about, right? And that's sat around that 2,299 there. In terms of resistance point coming off this coming off this downward sloping resistance line, we do have the potential for that as well. So yeah, take that into account if we are going to come up and we are going to test this zone here, which is pretty correlative with what we're doing here on this ascending triangle for Ethereum. So yeah, potential position to think about here, but I would be watching this RSI with extreme caution, coming through here. MACD looks like downside imminent. I mean, I don't know which time frame, bro, because at this point in time on this 4 hour, it looks like the downside is fizzling out a bit. It's fizzling out a bit, and we are looking for that bullish crossover. But as you just said there, you can see this moving average here. It is fizzling over to that side a bit. So yeah, it could be meaning that we are going to have a continuation of a downtrend coming through there. But yeah, definitely a few things to consider there. And also, I remember doing this earlier, right? We did have this downtrend cycle coming through here for Ethereum. And yeah, we have actually smashed through that. We smashed through that and created a new lower low point in terms of a new trend cycle coming through here. So yeah, that's definitely something to consider there. We could be doing something along the lines of this now, in terms of a trend line, because obviously this is definitely respected continuously here. So yeah, we could be looking at respecting and seeing that reversal as we're seeing here in terms of finding a level of support here. So yeah, we could be looking at a bullish crossover happening pretty imminently. But yeah, with that being said, we do have this upwards trend cycle that's played out, right? It's played out. It's pretty flaccid now. We can't be seeing anything here. Card from the moon said inverse head and shoulders to 37k. Interesting stuff. I mean, to be honest, he's I've watched him a few times, right? But he goes for the insane greedy measure moves and stuff. So that for me, like if he's doing a measure move, say out this triangle, right? He'll literally be like, I'm gonna do a measure move from here to here if we're gonna break to the upside, and then my price target, my take profit's gonna be that 3,761. And for me personally, that's just it's greedy, and that's not wise for crypto, because the chance of Ethereum going to 37,048 in the next literally like, I don't know, a few days or something, if we do break to the top side, imagine we are here, right? It's highly unlikely, right? It's highly unlikely, and I've actually seen him lose quite a lot of trades. I don't think he discloses all of his trades, but I'm not here to slate other YouTubes at all, right? I'm not here to do that, right? Yeah. So yeah, interesting stuff for Ethereum, right? But yeah, so you guys think it is going to break down? Interesting stuff there for Ethereum. That's sort of the narrative coming through here for Ethereum. I would be looking at that breakdown, potentially a short position. So I would be looking at that pretty imminently, right? Pretty imminently. In terms of what's happening here on the 1 hour, we could get some smaller patterns coming through here in terms of smaller chart patterns. BTC, not Ethereum. Yeah, bro. Let me I'll jump to that and see if I can do some head and shoulders pattern for you there. Did you know what time frame he was on there, bro? And it will help me out. I'm getting into it quicker for you. As you can see here, we do have this symmetrical triangle playing out, so we could be looking at another break to the downside there for that, and that in terms of a measure move coming through, we would be looking along the lines of this, right? He said 37k for BTC, not Ethereum. Yeah, bro, let me just finish on Ethereum, then I'll get to BTC for you there, Andre. And as you can see here, if we are going to break to the downside, we could be looking at a potential little tiny short position coming through here. And that's basically another indication if we do break to the downside on this 1 hourly time for Ethereum. It basically backs up our theory. It backs up our Ethereum. It backs up our theory for this breaking of this huge ascending triangle on Ethereum here. So yeah, a few things to think about there. Let me jump to BTC for Mr. Andre there. I think it's Mr. Right. But yeah, did you say a head and shoulders pattern from here, right? Let me draw that in. I'm on the 1 hourly time frame here, so it might be different to his chart coming through. So you're saying coming up to around this point here. That sits for me around that 35,000. I mean, if we could go all the way up from here, right? And that sits at around that 36, 37. I can see how he's getting to that point there. But for me, there's a lot of resistance coming through at this point. So I would be inclined to say that we are going to get swift rejection from there. I don't see us coming all the way up to this point here, because if you look, we do have this insane grey box zone, right? We do have this insane grey box zone, which, granted, if we do find support on it, it is looking very healthy indeed for progression to the upside. But to get through that, it's going to be tricky, right? I'm not going to say it's going to be easy, because we have obviously just smashed through it. So there's definitely resistance to think about there. Yeah, I saw the moon lose a big trade. He seems quite upset and seems to want everyone to say nice things to him. I do occasionally tune into his things just to see what the narrative is in terms of the people. He does get a lot of hate, bro. He does get a lot of hate, which I don't like to see on YouTube. So that's the one thing. But my main thing for him is, like, obviously he's made a great life for himself and he's doing really well. So kudos to him, bro. Kudos to him. But yeah, head and shoulders back. I can see that. But for me personally, I don't think that's going to play out. A few things saying that. One would be the momentum on the RSI coming through here. We would see that come up pretty significantly, and that obviously means a big retrace. If we do see that sort of retrace come through, we're going to see that rejection at that 35, and that will invalidate this zone coming through here in terms of that progression to the upside, because we would be seeing coming down like that, right? So yeah, it would be invalidating the actual congruent pattern to the upside here for the head and shoulders. But yeah, that's obviously on one time frame, just saying on one time frame, and also here on not the MACD, on the RSI coming through. Morning all, it says 10s only. Nice to see you back on the stream there, bro. We do have this downwards sloping resistance line coming through here on the RSI, so we do need to take that into account if we do come up to that point and test that zone. That's obviously going to give us some swift rejection in terms of resistance as well. So so yeah, he also gets a lot of followers. Yeah, he does get a lot of followers. Yeah, he does get a lot of followers. The moon out here. That's my dream, bro. But yeah, I can see us basically getting our resistance out of that 35k zone. It does correlate with the RSI, as I just said, in terms of that downward sloping resistance line coming through around that zone there, if you guys can see that. So yeah, I don't think we're going to get to that 37k zone, in my opinion. But I could be wrong, right? I could be wrong. I'm like, every trader's not always correct. I'm just looking at what I can see here, and I am inclined to see a potential short position coming through here. And also we do have the 10 moving average come down here on the daily as well. So that's obviously going to stop us getting to that 37k as well there, right? Thanks, Carl. Thanks, Chester. Carl did the 1 hour chart. Yeah. I noticed that as well with him. He literally does he doesn't go through all the time frames and doesn't get all the information together as one. He just goes on one thing. But yeah, everyone trades different. Everyone trades different, and for me, it works better. It works better jumping through all the time frames, seeing everything play out together, and then taking an edge from there, right? So yeah, that's the ideal scenario for myself. So yeah, I would be looking for a short position off around. Wouldn't be at this 35 zone. It would be as we come down and we look at the momentum coming down from this point here, because we could not even come down. We could come down from this 35k zone and then see a consolidation period along here, and then we won't be entering a short. It's as simple as that. Or we could see that insane rejection off the 35, which we're kind of likely to see, as we did see this higher low get eradicated. So that is an indication that we are going to see that progression to the downside here. I'm not saying there's going to be a lower low here, but I'm saying there is potential for a short position off this descending triangle on the daily time frame here, guys. Definitely something to consider. Obviously, nothing I say is financial advice. It's just my opinions on what I think might happen. Yeah. Obviously, educational standpoint here, guys. Let me jump to Theta, actually. Let me jump to Theta here. And guys, if you're liking the stream, smash that thumbs up. Helps me out tremendously. We are at 46 likes now. Absolutely crazy. Can we get it to 50 likes? That'd be absolutely amazing if we could get it to 50 likes there. I really, really do appreciate all you guys' support, considering how long I have been streaming. It's not very long at all, right? I've been streaming literally like 4 weeks. It's going to be 4 weeks on Friday, right? 4-week anniversary, monthly anniversary on Friday. Absolutely crazy stuff, and really, really do appreciate all the support you guys have given me throughout my streaming journey. Right? But yeah, in terms of what's happening here for Theta, it's not looking bad at all. It's looking pretty juicy uptrends coming through here. Yeah, pretty juicy uptrends coming through here. In terms of a channel, we've got a nice juicy channel coming through here. Not looking bad at all. I would be looking for a target to the top side of the channel at that $10.89. That's obviously, or obviously are on the 4 hourly here, so it is on that long term. But in terms of the uptrend, it's not looking bad, right? It's not looking bad at all. We are continuously setting these higher low points to the upside here, which obviously means we're going to have that continuation to the upside, which is it's pretty goddamn good. It's pretty goddamn attractive in my opinion. Let me get rid of some things here. Let's get rid of that. It's a bit more visually appealing for you guys there. Do you guys think we're gonna touch the top side of this channel coming through at $11? Do you see Theta getting to $11 after the momentum that we've seen to the upside? Which has been pretty crazy recently, right? We have been noticing that, and Theta has been outperforming a lot of cryptos here in terms of percent gains per day. And it is looking healthy in terms of this uptrend here. So what do you guys think? Do you think we're going to get swiftly rejected on the RSI? I do. If we do get to this top side here, we are going to see, as you can see here, we did see that top side test before. We did get overextended on the RSI, and that's when we see the rejection in terms of the price, right? We do see the rejection in terms of the price, and that's obviously what has kind of happened here. Do you ever check smaller time frames like the 15 minutes, the 5 minutes, and the 1 minute? That for me, sir. So there's a few different types of traders, right? There's scalpers, and then there's the swingers, and then there's the really long-term traders, right? Who literally just trade the daily, the monthly, and the weekly, right? So for me personally, I like to stick with the 4 hourly, the 1 hour, and then referencing the daily and the monthly. Sorry, the daily and the weekly for a gauge of what's kind of happening for those swing trades, for those nice big 5-10% there. But yeah, some guys do come across to the 5 minutes and do some TA on the 5 minute candles and stuff like that, and then go for those little tiny percents coming through here, little 2% here, little 2% there. And some people enter like 15-16 trades per day or something along the lines of that. But for me personally, I like to go for that maybe like 2 trades a day, maybe not even that. If I can't see anything planning out that's very nice indeed, I would be looking for literally like that one trade a day, maybe 1 trade every 2 days. If it's going to make me 10%, if I'm making 10% a day on a good trade, add that up over every single day for the year. It works out to be insane gains, right? Insane gains to the upside. So yeah, I'm a swing trader myself. I do go for these swings. I do go for these measure moves in terms of chart patterns. So let's go on an example, right? Let's say we came to the top side of Theta here, and we had this break to the upside, right? So we had the break to the upside, and everything, all the stars were aligning in terms of the trade being a successful one. And we would be looking at literally a 20, near enough, let me jump that down a bit, I was a bit greedy, 26% gain there. 26% gain in one trade. So I'm going for those moves, not the little 2% here and there, here and there. Do you see what I mean? So yeah, two different types of trader. I mean, I have gone for the scalping life before, and that's basically how I learnt my TA, because you're just continuously looking at the charts, continuously going through all the charts, looking at all the indicators you can add to it, and basically continuously learning, right? And that's how I did learn trading. It was scalping. But for now, it's like I've realized, look, I could be staring at charts 24/7, 365, scalping all the time, entering 15 trades per day, or I could go onto a chart, smash it out, do a nice TA for like an hour or so, and make 25% if it's going to go right. So I prefer to do that rather than busting my balls, in a sense, looking at 50 different charts in a day. So yeah, in terms of the financial standpoint, that's beneficial in terms of managing time, in my opinion. But in reference to what I was just saying in terms of the 15-minute, the 5-minute, and the 1-minute, not so much the 1-minute or the 5-minute, I do occasionally drop down to the 15-minute, as I was saying, to just get a little bit more of a gauge to see what could potentially happen. I wouldn't be inclined to say I'm going to trade it, but yeah, we do, because obviously there's more candles, right? There's more candles, so we can get a bit more of a gauge. If we are looking for a breakout on a shorter time frame, it could indicate that we would be looking for a breakout on the bigger time frame, as I was just describing on Ethereum, right? As I was just describing on Ethereum, I jumped down to that smaller time frame, saw this ascending triangle playing out here. And if we are looking for that break to the downside, that's going to be bit more of confirmation that we are going to see the break on the bigger time frame here. So yeah, I do use the smaller time frames, not so much for trading, but more for an indication of where I think the price is going to go, right? Yeah, let's jump back to Theta there. Hope I answered your question accordingly there, Cloud9. Guys, amazing to have you all on the stream there. 51 likes, absolutely crazy, guys. Thank you ever so much. Smash that 51 mark. Absolutely crazy. Crazy stuff there, guys. Really appreciate you. Really appreciate you all there. But yeah, as you can see here for Theta, we are seeing the progression to the upside. Not looking too bad at all. I would say the next target would be this lower high point here would be the next target here at this horizontal resistance point at that $9.80 mark. And as you can see, we are finding heavy levels of support at these horizontal support points here. So if we are going to see that progression move to the downside here, we're going to see this trend fizzle out, setting a lower high here. Then if obviously that happens, if we do see the trend fizzle out, cheers mate, yeah, not a problem at all, sir. That is, we are going to see potential bounce point at this $8.83 mark. So I would be watching that crucially, because as you can see here, we do have a nice level of support being formed out continuously along this zone, right? So yeah, definitely a crucial point to watch there for Theta. Any requests, guys? Smash them in the chat. Smash them in the chat now, and I will get to them. Well, I'll get to them ASAP because I've got no requests. So yeah, guys, literally any requests, jump them in. Let me have a little look at if we've got any more that I've missed. Don't think I've missed any in there. Not so bad here. I mean, what I'm saying about Theta is it is going up. Let me jump to Luna, right? Let me jump to Luna, see what's going on with Luna right now. Let me jump the one machine back on here. As you can see here, we are in this ascending triangle to the upside here, testing this lower zone here. Unfortunately, we did invalidate this higher low point coming through here. So that is an indication that we are going to have that continuation to the downside. So I would be looking at hey, Gamer God, nice to see you on here. Please BTC recap. Bro, I will jump to that very soon. Once I've done a request for Mr. Kiwi, because I know Mr. Kiwi has been on the stream for quite a while now. I actually started a company called the Kiwi Activity before, and it was basically sending people kiwis through the post to help them deal with their mental health with an inspirational quote and stuff like that. But yeah, that company obviously didn't work out. A bit annoying, but yeah, it's what it is. Entrepreneur life. Guru Kieran, you are the OG, my friend. Nice to have you back on the stream. I will jump to Litecoin for you there in a minute. Short or long Bitcoin, let me jump onto that in a second. Once I've done a little bit of Luna coming through here, I would be looking at consolidation point here for Luna, as we have just invalidated this high low point, and we are looking for that bounce. As you can see, we're having that bounce, that consolidation. Next target point would be this $5.65 zone. If we can get a nice level of support on that, I would be looking at progression to this 21 moving average coming through there. And then obviously we do have the price action channel coming through there. Bitcoin is pumping. Yes, it is pumping. Very cool indeed. Very cool indeed. Let me jump to the 1 hour and get rid of this head and shoulders pattern coming through. I know it's technically valid, but for me personally, I do think we're going to see that swift rejection coming around that 35. I don't think we're going to be coming back to the left shoulder of the shoulder, right? The starting point of the left shoulder. But yeah, definitely something to take into account, as someone was saying, the moon Carl says that, right? But yeah, so let me get rid of Luna, and let me jump to SRM for Mr. Kiwi there. SRM. Guys, I hope you're having a fantastic day on this fine Wednesday morning at 10:30. I mean, right now, right here, right now, we do have this horizontal playing out here in terms of a level of resistance at that $5.32. Unfortunately, you did, like a lot of the charts, you wicked below this high low, invalidating it, which kind of sucks here. But with that being said, you are seeing that reversal in the price, which is nice to see, right? You could be looking at a nice level of support getting played out, looking along the lines of this. So if we are going to see that progressionary move to the downside, if you can't invalidate this lower high point on the next wave up, which you're currently testing this one here. So if you do find a lovely level of support coming through here and you see that progression to the upside, if you do get over this point, brilliant. We are looking at that progression to the upside from there. But with the indication of this higher low being eradicated here, it's looking like we are going to come down from that. So I wouldn't be surprised if we did lose that. And then the next target would be this candle body close for that previous dump, sitting at around that $3.41 to 45 sort of cents there. So yeah, that's definitely something to take into consideration. Right now you are seeing that trend reversal, the higher lows being set continuously, which isn't bad at all. But yeah, small term targets on the short term here for SRM, it would be, we do have this 200 moving average here, which is obviously going to act as a pretty big resistance point coming through. If we do break it, very, very nice indeed. Not looking too shabby. But yeah, resistance points definitely being formed off that 200 there. So yeah, I would be inclined to say we are going to see a bit of a scur around at this point here. If we can get above it like so, right above it, that's going to be ideal. But yeah, short-term target would be this zone here. Obviously, you do have this horizontal support of resistance coming through here. Yeah, man, I was a little busy with my final year exams, so couldn't join me recently. Not a problem at all, bro. It's nice to have you back on the stream. And I hope your exams went well, my good sir. As you can see here, that is the target point would be that $4.60 there. If we can get over that final level of support on the 200, that's going to be ideal. But yeah, as I was saying, we do have this high low point being set here, eradicating this one. So I wouldn't be surprised if we do see that trend reversal pretty imminently, right? So yeah, be cautious for that. And also, this buying power is causing the RSI to spike to the upside here. So I would be looking at the RSI waiting for us to get overbought here. If we do get overbought, we are going to see a bit of a swift rejection to the downside there. So yeah, take that into account in terms of the short-term price action for KRM. No, KIM? KIM RSM? Yeah, SRM, right? SRM. Yeah, sorry, nearly an hour and 39 minutes there. No point analyzing any other coin rather than Bitcoin now. Everything is following Bitcoin. I do agree, it is annoying. Apart from, so when you say everything is following Bitcoin, I do get what you mean. But a lot of the things, a lot of the coins out of here haven't actually invalidated this high low point. So that is basically an indication that they could be going up from there. So an example of that, I think is Theta, right? If I jump to Theta on the bigger time frames here. So yeah, as you can see here, we are setting these high lows continuously to the upside, whereas Bitcoin, we actually broke this high low point to the downside here. So that's an indication that Bitcoin is going to go down, and that Theta could be moving to the upside continuously, right? And Theta is just one example out of many coming through here. Let me I think KSM might be one as well. Yeah, as you can see, KSM is one as well. We are setting these high low points continuously to the upside. But I do agree with you in the point of Bitcoin is going to move the market significantly. But we do have extra support on some of these other coins as well, right? Let me jump to Litecoin there for Kurikiran. Yeah, in terms of Litecoin right now, there was a potential short position to consider here coming through. Let me do a little measure move for that there, sir. And we'll see what's good. As you can see here, the measure move for that would be down to this $154 mark for their Litecoin. That is a cheap Litecoin, I must say. And yeah, in terms of a percent for that, it was around 11% trade, and that obviously did play out very nicely. For me personally, I would have been skeptical about entering this because we didn't really come for that retest in terms of that curl over in the price. So I wouldn't have really gotten that myself, because I do like to wait for that retest just in case it is a bit of a trap and we do see a wick down and then we do reclaim the end side of this symmetrical triangle coming through here. So yeah, wouldn't have gotten that myself, but right now we did invalidate this this high low point. So yeah, as I was saying, on a lot of the charts, as Sal Luoy was saying, thanks for explaining, bro. Not a problem at all. Hey, buddy. Hey, Shitreg Monkey. Very, very cool indeed. Cool name, bro. And I will jump to CHUR, bro, for Mr. Kiwi in a bit. And no problem at all. Thanks for explaining. But yeah, what was I at? Litecoin for Mr. Kieran, sir. As I was saying on a lot of the charts here, and so was Sal there, that we are having a consolidation period, which is happening on quite a few of the coins here, and we are basically breaking this this higher low point here. So that's a pretty swift indication that we are going to see the progression to the downside. So if we do see that progression to the downside and we don't hold the level of resistance that we're currently, well, if we find support on the level of resistance that we're currently testing, that is at the $160 mark. If we can find a nice level of support on that, then it's an indication that we are going to have that progression to the upside. But at this point in time, we're literally having that consolidation period, which I hate to say is referencing, it's validating the dump that we've just had, that parabolic dump to the downside here. Interested to hear your beautiful voice. Tell me your thoughts on Doge. I will in a sec, bro. What do you like about the voice? Is it the cold, hard British accent? Because I'm very, very British as they come, right? But yeah, a consolidation period on a lot of the charts happening here for especially on Litecoin, as you can see. But yeah, crucial point would be to get over this zone, get over that $160 mark, and then see the progression to the upside from there. But if we are going to see that progression to the downside, I would be looking at this zone, which you are currently bouncing off and finding support off at that $152 mark. So yeah, crucial kind of point here for Litecoin in terms of what's happening on the RSI. We do have this downward sloping resistance line playing out here, so we do need to take into account if we are going to see a little bit of a spike coming up, even if we find a level of support on this horizontal resistance line that we're currently testing. Even if we find support on that, we're likely to see some resistance play off this point here as well. So yeah, I'd watch that crucially. If we do find support on this downward sloping currently resistance line on the RSI here, that's going to be absolutely ideal, right? That's going to be absolutely ideal because we are going to see the progression to the upside, the support being played out here, and it's going to look very good indeed. So yeah, I would be crucially watching this point here. Chester still going. What a legend. Yeah, bro. Still going, bro. Tired, but still going. Only an hour and 43 minutes at this point in time. Very, very cool. I'm inclined to keep going, right? I like what I do. And yeah, guys, 54 likes. Absolutely amazing. Can we get it to 60 likes? Is that a thing? Can we get it to 60 likes? I really, really appreciate it if we could. That would be absolutely amazing, guys, if we could. And if you click the thumbs up, does it turn blue or not? It's very interesting. Very interesting. Does it turn blue or does it not? Yeah, just a little trick there to get you guys to like the video. Let me do CHUR for Mr. Kiwi. If I'm doing that wrong, bro, hit me up because I can't find it. I'm gonna go on to BTC because I did actually have a request earlier to do a little update on BTC, and then I'll be jumping on to BRC. Oh no, Doge for Shipwreck Monkey. Cool name. And then BRC there, and then NKN if I can for their Cloud9. Let me do a little BTC update coming through here. Obviously we do have this downwards sloping price channel coming through here. I said ideally the ideal price target for us right now is the top side of this channel, and that's around that 35k zone, 34,800, and that is correlating pretty well with the lower side of this ascending triangle here on the longer daily time frame here for BTC. So that's definitely something to consider in terms of a potential short position coming down. In terms of percent for this trade, we would be looking at lovely 12% there, and it does correlate with the bounce point of this volume weighted ATR band. Let me jump back to the short term time frame. As you can see, we did have this 9% pump coming through. It's around a 9% pump coming through off this low point coming through here when we eradicated this this higher low here, only literally by $100 or something crazy. But at the end of the day, we have still invalidated it, so we do need to take that into account. Lol, it turned blue. Did it? Oh my god. Crazy. 58 likes, guys. Thank you so much. Yeah, really means a lot. But yeah, as you can see, we did see that 9% pump, and then from there we saw the correction, right? We saw the correction to the downside of around that 4%, which is healthy, right? It's absolutely healthy, especially when we're seeing an insane run up like that for Bitcoin. And as you can see, that's what happened again. It happened again. I think it was around 6% for this run up that we saw here. Around 6%. Yeah, around 7% for that run up there. And obviously we're seeing this consolidation correctionary period coming through here in terms of validating this pump that we've come through here. Because if we do see that parabolicness go to the moon here, we are going to see that swift rejection coming through here, and we don't want that. We want consolidation, next move up, consolidation, next move up, right? If that is likely to happen, then it's not going to look so bad, right? It's not going to look so bad. But as I was saying, we need to be cautious for this 35,000, 34,800 sort of zone, because if we do get to that sort of zone, then we do see a nice retest and the momentum play out to the downside there, then we are going to be looking at a potential short position, right? This is obviously the midterm. We do have this channel coming down here. Which we were testing continuously for a while, and we did see this pretty big consolidation period along the top side of this channel, and we did actually fall down below it, right? We did fall down below it, and testing these major levels of support at that 31,661 there. Turn that thumbs up blue if you love blue candles. Blue candles means an uptrend on my chart, so yeah, I do love them blue candles. In terms of a low point, in terms of the lowest point of this channel we got coming through here, it is sat around that 28,865. My kidneys are dancing inside. Pump finally. But yeah, yeah, the absolute low point that we do need to take into consideration here is sat at this 28,000 sort of 28,000 zone. If we do get there, I don't think we're going to see an insane parabolic dump to the move, dump to the downside, that continuation to the downside there. But I do think if we do see that curl over and we do see that progression read to the downside, it is going to correlate pretty much with that volume weighted ATR band coming through down here as well. But yeah, so let me have a little look. We were looking at the RSI on, we're looking for that bullish crossover happening pretty imminently, and that could give us enough momentum to get up to that 35k level, and then we could potentially see a level of resistance, as you can see on this downward sloping resistance line on the MACD here for the 4-hourly here. We are looking at coming up to test that zone, and that is going to correlate with the 35k zone as well. And if that is to happen at that 35,000 zone there for Bitcoin, we are likely to see some sort of resistance play out here on the RSI, and that's obviously going to mean a rejection in the price. So yeah, a few of the stars aligning in terms of the short position that we're potentially looking at here. In terms of the longer term time frames here, this is obviously on the daily chart coming through. Obviously on the daily chart we do have this descending triangle, which we're very early to break. It's a premature descending break. Premature descending break to the downside here. In terms of a measure move that we were looking at here, it's looking along the lines of this, right? And it's going to be looking at this. We're looking for this retest. We're looking for that retest there, and then we're looking for that progression remove to the downside. Around that 12% trade there for Bitcoin. Very, very nice swing trade indeed. Very, very nice indeed. Let me just see on the request there. Is BRC next for USC? USC? Yeah, USC. BRC. BTC, sorry. BTC, I think you wanted. Unless you want BRC as well, bro. I'm not too sure. But yeah, that would be what I'm saying there. And 59 likes. Absolutely amazing, guys. Really, really, really appreciate that. That's absolutely crazy, guys. Really, really appreciate that. But yeah, that's kind of BTC sort of summed up for now, guys. But yeah, this would be the position I would be looking at. If we are looking for the progression to the upside, as someone just said on the chart earlier, on the 1-hourly time frame, let me get rid of that. We are looking at potential head and shoulders pattern, but obviously for that to form, we are going to need that insane continuation to the upside here. So we do need to think about that in terms of a chart pattern coming through here. As you can see, we would be looking at a price target of around that 37k. But for me personally, I don't think this is going to happen. I do think we're going to see an insane point of resistance coming through around this 35k zone, correlating on a lot of the time frames there. So yeah, definitely something to consider. But if we are going to see that insane progression to the upside, then yeah, I wouldn't rule this out because we know what Bitcoin's doing. We know these insane pumps to the upside, right? So yeah, I wouldn't rule that out at all. And let's go on the basis that it does do that, right? Let's go on the basis it does do that, and we do see a progression move to the upside. Let's take a measure move, right? Let's take a measure move from here to around here and move it to the upside in terms of a long trade that we could be thinking about, right? In terms of a long trade that we could be thinking about, if we are to leave this downwards, this falling price channel on the short term, on this hourly time frame coming through here, we could be looking at a nice potential long trade of around 6% there. And if we do get over this 200 moving average, finding a nice level of support coming through here, then yes, that's juicy. That's juicy because then we've got all of these major levels of resistance which we're currently seeing playing out as support. And if that happens, we're likely to see that progression to the upside, right? But obviously, guys, with all this being said, we do need to take into account that we did just invalidate this higher low. So that is a strong indication that we are going to see that progression moving to the downside, potentially setting new lower lows there for Bitcoin in terms of what's happening in terms of this huge downtrend coming through here. If it goes to 37k, I'll continue EP Silver to the next USA. Interesting. Interesting stuff there, bro. Let me jump to what was next. It was Theta Fuel there for Swapna, I think it is. What do you prefer to hodl from 1 year from this point on, BTC or Ethereum? The thing is, Ethereum, I'd like to wait for the announcement for Ethereum, right? Because they're working on some new stuff going through there. I think it's layer 2 protocols and stuff like that. And I do think they could be sorting out their main problem in terms of fees, right? EOS, I will get to that for you there, Maddie there. But yeah, I think it's Maddie, yeah, Maddie there. In terms of hodling Ethereum or BTC, for me personally, I have both of them. But yeah, so I would be inclined to say that Ethereum's going to do some insane stuff. Obviously, we did see the insane run up in previous history, right, over the last like few months or so. The insane run up from just like 1,500 all the way to $4,000, right? Crazy stuff. So yeah, we could be looking at this being a nice consolidation period before a nice run up. And if we are to be entering that this dreadful bear market from this bull market barrier that we got coming through here, I would be inclined to say that Ethereum could be performing differently, right? If Ethereum is to take off, then that's going to be absolutely insane, and we could be seeing another sort of leader coming through here. Would you do a stream in the evening also today? I am debating it, Mr. Kidney Man. I'm debating it. I got really good stats on yesterday's stream in the evening, because I think it's American time frames, right? So yeah, I think I will be potentially doing a stream every evening as well, guys, because obviously I'm trying to grow the channel. Granted, I'm a new YouTuber. I've only been here for around 4 weeks on Friday, but yeah, I do appreciate all you guys' support. And yeah, we did hit that 60 like mark. So yeah, really appreciate your guys' support there. It means the world to me out here. So yeah, let me jump to a request there. T Fuel for SwapNode. But yeah, in answer to the BTC question there, what do I prefer to hodl right now? I do think BTC has got a hell of a long way to go. It's still going up, this T Fuel. What is happening? But yeah, I would be inclined to say both of them. Hodl both of them, in my opinion. Obviously, nothing I say is financial advice. But for me personally, I'm hodling both until I see $100,000 Bitcoin. No, until it's I'm just gonna hodl, right? I'm just gonna keep holding, keep accumulating, because when it obviously does get adopted by the world in the long run, then it's going to be worth a heck of a lot more, a heck of a lot higher than that. And in terms of what I heard the other day on the Bitcoin conference in Miami, actually, it basically said only 2% of the people in the world have bought or sold Bitcoin. Imagine that's 10%. Imagine that's 20%. Obviously, the price is going to like 10, 20x. So we need to take those things into account for the long term for Bitcoin there. It's got a long way to go. And the fact of like it's the main competitor for gold. And gold, we haven't found all the gold. There's still gold in the world that we haven't found. So that's obviously going to have an effect in the price of gold. But we've got all the Bitcoins. We know how many Bitcoins there are. We can't get any more. So yeah, that's an indication that the price is going to go higher as well indeed. So yeah, to Theta Fuel right now for my man Swampner. We'll be back for the evening stream, bro, if you do one. Nice to see you on the stream for this morning here, Tom. But yeah, it'd be very nice to see you on the evening if I do tune in there. If not, I will be doing an update at least. But I'm inclined to think about doing a stream in the evening because I did really enjoy it last time. But yeah, let's jump to Theta Fuel right now. In terms of Theta Fuel right now, it's looking pretty goddamn good, I must say. But the only thing I would say is, look, you have got this insane all-time high from before, right? This insane all-time high from before for Theta Fuel. So I would take into account you've just broke that, right? You've just broke that, right? I wouldn't be inclined to be even getting into any sort of position here with Theta Fuel, because when you see an all-time high get broken, it's only natural for a retracement to happen, right? And obviously we have seen this insane run up, right? This insane run up in terms of percents right now. Let's go from the start of this trend, say like so, right? We're looking near enough 230% there for this run up. So we need some sort of corrections coming through. We need some sort of corrections, or at least some sort of consolidationary period coming through for it to be healthy, for us to even think about another run up right now. Crypto Chester, thanks. Not a problem at all from Jonas there. I think that's how you say it. Johanna's, maybe. I'm pretty dyslexic in terms of reading, but yeah, always try. But yeah, so in terms of aping in and FOMOing in now, I would not advise this at all. Granted, yes, it's going up, but the fear of missing out, do not worry about that. If you're in Theta right now, for me personally, I would be out, because obviously, as I just said, we have broke that all-time high and we have hit this high point, and you would be taking profit. And I was explaining earlier with my with the run up on ADA that we saw something looking along the lines of this from previous, right? We did actually see. We did actually get to an all-time high point like this. We did break the all-time high, and I was like, right, you know what? That's a significant amount of profit for myself. I'm going to take my profit. Juicy stuff. I was very happy. And then after that, it went up like another 30%, and I was like, oh, that sucks. But at the end of the day, I made a juicy amount of profit. A successful trade, that's what you want. You can't dwell on the stuff that you missed out on, because at the end of the day, profit is profit. It's 10 times better than a loss, right? So yeah, don't be worried about taking profit at all, no matter what time of the day. Even on a Wednesday morning, do not be worried about taking profit. But yeah, at this point in time, we have cleared the volume weighted ATR band on the 12-hour here. If we jump to the 1 hour here, and we have also done the same thing here. And like I said before on the volume weighted ATR band, it acts as pretty big resistance or a level of support. If it acts as a level of support, we always fall below it at the end of the day, right? We always fall below at the end of the day. I'm trying to find some history here. So as you can see here, we did actually break it. We fell below it. We broke it. We fell below it. We broke it. We fell below it, and had that continuation to the downside, right? So we do need to take that into account here, because obviously we have just broke it, right? So the likely scenario that I can see playing out is at least some sort of retracement coming down, tapping this volume weighted ATR band before continuing that run up. It does look like a very healthy uptrend, I must say, but the fact that we broke that previous all-time high coming through here, it's an indication that we are going to see at least some sort of consolidation period, or goddamn, or a dump to the downside coming through. But yeah, not looking bad at all. Not looking bad at all. But yeah, we do need to also take into account that a lot of people are now talking about Theta Fuel because obviously it is pretty new in terms of these pumps coming through. So yeah, I do think we need to take into account the FOMO in the market. And if people are going to be FOMOing in it, we are going to see that parabolicness happen. And then we know what that means. The dumps are coming. The dumps are coming from there, right? So yeah, just going to have some water here, guys, and I'll jump onto your requests. I think it's EOS there for Maddie. EOS for Maddie. Guys, I hope you're having a fantastic Wednesday morning here. And yeah, if you're liking the stream, smash that thumbs up. Helps me out tremendously. We're on 61 now. That's crazy. Should we put a target in the book? 65. We'll put a 65 like target in there. See if you guys can hit that. That'd be absolutely amazing if we could. Let's jump to the bigger time frames here. For EOS right now. I mean, it's not looking that great, bro. It's not looking that great. Obviously, we do have this downward slope and resistance line playing out here, which are finding continuous resistance off. Yeah, I would be looking at a price target to come down now for around this $4.27 on the long term here. We'll jump to the short term in a second, see what we can gauge from there. With that being said, in terms of the price target, just looking at the chart here, I would be ready to say here that we've also got We've also got good morning, Kane, here on the chart. Nice to see you here, bro. We do also have this this RSI coming down to this near enough being oversold point. So we know what that means. That means a reversal in the price, right? And that could initiate that we are going to come down to this sort of zone here, find a nice level of support at this previous candle body close in terms of that previous low point that we saw there. So we could be looking at a nice level of support coming through there, potentially coming up and testing this zone here. But yeah, I would be inclined to say that we are seeing that progression to the downside happening as these lower lows are being created continuously throughout this EOS right now. So yeah, I would be inclined to say that we are going to see that progression to the downside and see that $4.28. I think that was obviously on the longer term time frames there. If we're looking at the shorter term time frames right now, we're in this consolidation period, basically validating this insane dump that we had to the downside here. So yeah, it's not, if we're going to see the progression to the upside, I basically want to see us actually clear this horizontal level of support. At this point in time, it's support. Yeah, at this point in time, it is acting as a level of support. Here from Hamilton's stream, here comes the Bitcoin Beats raid. As you can see here, we are currently finding a nice level of support on this zone. If we can hold that and see that progression to the upside, the next target for yourself on terms of the short term would be that $5.32 mark. But yeah, as I said, it's not looking that great in terms of the trend fizzling up, in terms of setting these lower highs continuously. Yeah, it's not looking that great. I would be inclined to say that you are looking at $4 and $4 there. That's a bit crazy. Let me jump to another crypto for you guys. The EOS, that was for Maddie. Let me do. You put in Chainlink as well. Let me do Chainlink for you there as well, bro. Obviously, a lot of these charts are playing out near enough the same thing here. As you can see, literally that was like literally identical there. So yeah, we'll look at that. As you can see here, I've got a symmetrical triangle drawn out on this chart here, which isn't looking so bad. But as I was saying previously on that EOS, we do have this consolidation period to think about as well. If we are going to see that swift rejection, as we have just invalidated this higher low point coming through here in that previous uptrend, I would be prepared to say that we are going to see another test of this upward sloping support line coming through here. So yeah, definitely something to take into account here. Could you do NKN for Cloud9? Yes, I will, bro. Once I'm getting through, it's on the list of requests here. So yeah, just bear with me and I will get to that for you. But yeah, if we are going to see that reversal in the price here, I would be inclined to say that we are going to lose this support point. If we do lose that support point, then the next target to the downside would be that $17.50 mark. And as I was saying, we are pretty inclined to do that as we have just invalidated this this high low point coming through here. And also what's happening here, this insane downswing, this insane downtrend to the downside, right? We are seeing this consolidation period to basically validate this, right? If we are going to see insane dumps to the downside, right, we are going to see that insane buyback, right? As we've seen here, as we saw this insane dump to the downside, and vice versa, it does work for the parabolicness to the upside, vice versa to the downside, right? So we do need to take that into account. If we are going to see those insane dumps, we need the consolidation period before another insane dump, right? So yeah, I wouldn't rule it out completely. But yeah, crucial point if you are looking for that momentum to the upside would be to get over this zone here. You do have candle body closes at this zone acting as a nice level of support, and also wicks acting as a nice level of support here. So if you can get over this zone at around that $23.95, probably a bit over, a few candle closes above that, you would be looking at that progression to the upside from there, right? So yeah, a few things to think about there for you there, sir, on Chainlink. Do ignore your loyal viewers like your bro. No, bro, I don't know. I've got my OGs out here. Obviously, I'm a new YouTuber, right? So I do have quite a few OG viewers out here that I do see, and I try and get through everyone's comments, right? My chat's obviously not popping off as much as Bitcoin Beats there. But yeah, so let me what was the next request? I say that now I'm trying to get through requests, right? We did Chainlink. Should do chart share as well, so our viewers show their TA to discuss. Yeah, that's what I want to do. Stewpot there, 212, cool name there, bro. I want to do a Discord channel, and I want to be sharing my screen continuously. I want to have other people sharing their screens continuously, and we can do a little TA continuous thing throughout the day. That'd be absolutely amazing. What about BTT there for Skilla? Cool name, bro. BTT. BitTorrent. I mean, not looking so bad. You're finding a level of support coming through here at this zone here. So yeah, it's not looking so bad as long as you don't break this point here. You did actually respect this high-low point as far as I can see. Yep, near enough respect. Yeah, you didn't invalidate this high-low point, so that's basically confirmation that you're not looking at seeing that progression to the downside. You're looking at seeing that progression to the upside. But as a lot of the charts are doing, you're seeing this consolidation period basically play out here. And what's that? 70 likes, guys. Absolutely amazing stuff there. Absolutely amazing. Really, really appreciate that, guys. I'm going to put the next target in the book, and that is 80 likes. That'd be absolutely insane. That's going to be my most liked video, I do think, if we do hit that 80 like mark. That'd be absolutely brilliant if we can. But yeah, in terms of a short-term target here for BitTorrent, I would be looking to get over this horizontal support point currently. And we're currently testing in terms of resistance right now, and that is at that not even 3 cents, not even a cent there. So yeah, I would be looking at that to come up, but unfortunately, we are setting these lower highs continuously, right? These lower highs are being set continuously and potentially forming some sort of resistance pattern coming through here. So we need to take into account if we are going to see any sort of wick coming to that top side before we see that break to the upside there. I mean, ideally, you want to be closing above this support, horizontal support line at that $3 there. Do you have a Discord server? No, I don't have a Discord server, but I will be setting it up pretty soon there because I want to be trading with my community every single day, every single hour of the day, as well as streaming. Right, that I think that'd be really cool because obviously I can't really place trades on while I'm streaming because then you just get loads of people copying it, and then I'll become a financial advisor and I'll get sued and all that stuff. Obviously, nothing I say is financial advice, guys. But yeah, so yeah, in terms of a short-term target for this, it would be that coming up to this zone here. And that third of a cent there. So yeah, ideal. Worst case scenario, you do lose it, and you are going to challenge this this previous higher low point here, and hopefully see a nice progression move to the upside from there. But obviously reference Bitcoin here, because Bitcoin, if Bitcoin dumps off a cliff, as we were saying, we're likely to see some resistance coming off this $35,000 mark. If we do see that resistance play out in terms of a short position on the long term here, because we are waiting for that retest, that proper retest of this descending triangle coming through here for Bitcoin, then it's obviously going to have an effect on a lot of the altcoins as well, right? So yeah, let me jump to another request there for I think it was NKN next for Cloud9, the OG on the chart, Lethal Mine there. Kane's on there as well. We got Kidney Man. Oh no, sorry, Cloud9. We've got Dot first for Vishal, we will do Dot for you there, and then I will jump to NKN for Cloud9 there. As you can see, Dot, we did see this progressionary move to the downside in terms of this rising wedge, yeah, not channel, rising wedge. We did actually see the progressionary move to the downside. Great news, we didn't invalidate the high low like we did on a lot of charts there. So that's an indication that we could be seeing that progression to the upside from there. So it would not surprise me at all if we did find a level of support on this $21.70 mark. That's going to be brilliant if we can do that. But it would be favorable to drop down to some smaller time frames here and do some smaller chart patterns, right? And just from looking at this right now, we are looking at a bit of an ascending triangle playing out here. So I would be referencing the 1 hour time frame coming through here, and just seeing if we can see anything play out, right? See if we see any measure moves sort of play out here. Let me jump that and make it a little bit more attractive chart pattern. So yeah, if we were looking for a measure move to play out, this is obviously going to be an indication of where the price is going to go for the longer term time frames here. So yeah, I'll be watching this this upward sloping support level sat at around that $21 there. Obviously, we do have this downward. Oh no, that's a measurement from the longer time frame. So let's get rid of that for now. So yeah, we would be watching this downward sloping, this upward sloping support line coming through here in terms of a bounce point. If we do lose that, I would be inclined to say that we are going to have a measure move down to the downside in terms of a short position. Obviously, depending on where we're going to break along this line here. Good morning, sir. Just a loser trader here, looking to learn and hopefully get a win for once. Hey bro, don't be ashamed about losing a trade. Everyone loses trades, and if people say they don't lose trades, then they're lying. They're lying. It's as simple as that. But yeah, if you are losing trades and it is real money continuously, just switch to fake money, bro. Completely switch to fake money. Work on your TA. When you're a successful trader in terms of your fake money, then move to your real money. Simple as that. Don't risk any capital that you can't afford to lose. It's simple, especially with crypto, right? But yeah, if we're looking for a short-term trade coming through here for DOT, we would be looking at a 4% gain to the downside here. In terms of the RSI, we do have a pretty penny, not a pretty penny, but we do have that. We do have that the central point being formed, and a pretty big downward sloping resistance line coming through here on the hourly, which is just spotted there. So if we are looking to come up and test that, as you can see, we did here. We're potentially going to see some heavy resistance, and that's obviously a validation for the short position to play out here if we are to break towards the lower side of this ascending triangle coming through here. So yeah, definitely something to take into account when trading the old DOT today, and that was for Vishal there. Definitely something to take into account when trading DOT today. If we do see the progression to the upside, because as you were saying here, we are seeing these high lows basically being set. So we could actually see the trend reversal, progression to the upside, and a break to the upside, which would be ideal for DOT right now. In terms of what a measurement for that, it would be looking along the lines of this. So if you are looking at a potential long position there, I would be cautious of these lower highs coming down here though, but if you are looking for a potential long position, it would be along the lines of this in terms of a measure move, looking like around a nice 4-5% trade there. Obviously a nice tight stop loss, and obviously getting over that $21.70 there. So yeah, I hope I summed up DOT for you there, sir. In terms of the short-term time frames going through. In terms of the long-term quickly, and let me jump to that. Get rid of all this. Oh no, it's all going wrong. Get rid of them. Get rid of them, get rid of the measure moves. Yes, sir. Yeah, as I was saying, we haven't broke this high-low point, so we are looking for that progression to the upside. So yeah, I did actually sum that up. Not too bad at all. Not too bad at all. Let me jump to another chart there. We did EOS for Maddie. We did BTT. We did DOT. We did. Oh god, the chat has gone crazy. Let me just catch up a bit, guys. NKN there for Cloud9. NKN, absolute OG here. NKN. And we hit the 82 likes. Amazing stuff there, guys. Really, really appreciated. That is, you're officially the best likers that I've ever had. You're officially the best likers. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's the most liked video that I've ever had out here. So yeah, really, really appreciate that, guys. Absolutely amazing. Means the world to me out here, obviously being a new YouTuber and stuff. So yeah, very, very humble indeed for the support you guys are giving me. Symmetrical triangle playing out here on for NKN. This is for Cloud9 here. NKN symmetrical triangle playing out here. So if we are looking for that that move to the downside or the move to the upside, we would be looking at these crucial levels of support here to break at that 30 cents. If you were looking for that measure move to the downside, I mean, it is going to correlate pretty well with this level of support coming through here at that 24 cents. So if you are looking for that, before that, I would be looking at least some resistance off this downward sloping resistance line on the RSI coming through here. So we're looking at least a test to the upside. So that's an indication that we are going to, in a sense, come up, potentially test the top side of the symmetrical triangle first, and then see what's going on. See what's going on from there. But yeah, short-term target, it would be to hold this zone. If you invalidate this candle body close at this higher low point on the 12 hourly here, it's not looking good at all. I can see that continuation to the downside, and then the target would be that 24 cent zone there. But yeah, if you can see the progression to the upside, the first target that I would be looking for would be this lower high zone here to get over that before, to basically invalidate this this horrible dump period that we've got coming through here. So yeah, it would be to get over this zone here, and that's sat around that 36 cent. In order to do that, you will need to challenge this downward sloping resistance line coming through. And if you do, let's go on the basis that you do go straight up from here, that's going to be sat around that 34 cent zone. So yeah, a few things to look out for there. In terms of NKN, let me jump down to the 4 hourly time frame for you there, sir. I don't know what's happening on my chart for the 4 hourly. Let me get rid of all this. Yeah, same sort of scenario coming through here. But yeah, it would be crucial that you do hold this line here. Hold the line here. If not, I can see you at least coming down to this candle body close support point in terms of a horizontal at this 25 cent zone there, and that is that's NKN. Let me bring up some moving averages coming through here. You do have obviously a lot of resistance coming through to the top side. You are below all major moving averages here, signifying you are in a bit of a downtrend coming through. So yeah, I would be inclined to say that you are gonna at least test this zone one more time if you are going to be looking for that progression to the upside. Not so bad, not so bad, but not so good. Where are we? Oh god. Kidney Man says, if I become a millionaire, I will launch Kidney Coin. Very interesting stuff. I saw that, Kidney Low. I want to be jumping. I'm going to jump onto Bitcoin in a sec. and then I'll be jumping back to your request because I want to do a little voting thing for you guys there. I want to jump to Vet for Manvith there, and then next on the list it is Skiller. No, it is Hin for DGB, and then Skiller for ICP. And then after that it's Cliff Chang. And then, God, I'm really behind on this chat. Not good at all. Sorry, guys. Not good at all. Let me jump to, let me speed through VChain for Manvith there. And then we'll go through there. God, my hair is just receding. Just looks like it's receding. It's awful. Let me jump to, what was that? I've lost it. VChain. There it is. VChain. There it is. I've got that on my watch list coming through. I had it on my watch list. I don't know where the hell that's gone. I always reference VChain. What? Oh, there it is. It's actually there. Simple. Yeah, VChain right now. We did obviously have this ascending triangle to the top side here. This massive grey box zone, which I was talking about, insane levels of resistance being played out from before. We did have consolidation zone. Finally, the resistance played out. The break of this ascending triangle coming through here. In terms of a potential trade for that, we were looking at something along the lines of a measure move to the downside, looking along the lines of this, right? And yeah, that did play out pretty good. So well done to everyone who got involved with that. I don't think I did personally. Obviously, it was a few days ago indeed. So yeah, no, I don't think I got involved with that one. But what we're seeing now is this consolidation period happening. We've held the line here in terms of this candle body close, in terms of this high-low set, which is good indeed. So we're holding that. Holding this support point sat around that 10 cents and 58 there. So yeah, I would be willing to say that if we do see a nice bit of momentum to the upside here, because we didn't invalidate this high-low point on this longer time frame here, we are looking at the progression to the upside. That's the ideal scenario, and then we could basically take this trend line and put it along the lines of this, right? And act as a nice level of support coming through there. So yeah, that would be the next level of support that we would be looking at. But key point wouldn't be if we were to go lower. I would be really annoyed if we did invalidate this this high low here, because that's an indication that we could be seeing the price target of this this level of support sat around this 7 cents here. But yeah, at this point in time, it would be holding the line in terms of the level of support coming up here in terms of this upward sloping support line, and then small term target to the top side here would be smashing through the level of resistance sat at this 11 cents and 66 there. If we can get over that, get over the 21 moving average as well, that's going to be absolutely ideal, because that basically signifies that we are invalidating this lower high point in terms of this insane downtrend coming through here. So that's an indication that we are going to see the progression to the upside from there. And actually, we can try this grey box zone again. We can try it again, but the likelihood we are going to see resistance play out from there. So yeah, a few things to think about there with VChain. But in terms of the fundamentals of VChain, they look pretty goddamn good indeed. Someone mentioning to me the other day about all the partnerships that they're forming at the moment. Crazy stuff. Really good stuff there for VChain. So yeah, we'll just have to see how that plays out. But yeah, crucial target point at this point in time would be that 11 cents and 66 to the upside. If we can get a level of support on that, ideal. If not, I would be looking at losing this upward sloping support line. Next target would be that 9 cents there. In terms of the RSI right now, we do have this downward sloping resistance line. It is to the lower side of the RSI here. So ideally, we do need to find a level of support on it, not resistance. But if we do find resistance off it, then we are going to be oversold here. So we are going to, in a sense, continuously consolidate in terms of selling and potential tiny buyback power before we find that level of support on it. When we find the level of support on it, it's a crucial point to watch here, and then after that we are going to see that progression to the upside there. So yeah, a few things to watch there, especially the RSI. On VChain there, that's VChain summed up there for VChain set up there for Manvith, and let me jump to DGB for Hin there. DGB for Hin. DGB for Hin. Not looking good, bro. Not looking good. We have invalidated this higher low point here, so it's an indication we are going to come lower. I say that we have had a bit of a buyback power, which isn't so bad. You are currently seeing pretty heavy resistance in the last 2 hours or so off this 21 moving average. In terms of percent for this resistance point that you are finding, you're looking at 4% resistance. Yeah, it's pretty significant indeed, sir. So I would be inclined to say that you are going to actually have the trend reversal come through here. And you might be even seeing that 5 cent and 9.3 get touched there before seeing maybe some progression to the upside. But yeah, in terms of the downturn target, I would be looking at that 5 cents and 9.5 there. Let me chat's going crazy. Just give me 1 sec, guys. I'm trying to catch up here. But yeah, I would be inclined to see this support line get tested at least. Hopefully, you can get a bounce off that. That's going to be ideal. If you do see that continuous selling power to the downside, we're still central on the RSI, bro. In terms of the 4-hour time frame here, so it's not looking that great, because even if you do see that sell off, you're probably only going to hit around this point here, and that's not oversold there, so you're not going to see a reversal in the trend happening pretty imminently. In terms of a signification from the RSI here, so yeah, not a very good signal there. But in terms of what's happening in terms of the long term, you haven't validated this this high low point, so yeah, it's looking like you are going to come down from there, and that's why I'm saying you could be looking at even testing this 5 cent and 53 there if you do lose this crucial level of support sat at this 59 there. But yeah, in terms of an upwards target, it would be to find at least a level of support on this horizontal, which I'm just going to plot in for you there. So horizontal sat around that 6 cent and 128, because obviously you see the upwards momentum coming from this zone here. You see the upwards momentum coming from this zone here continuously, so that's good. If you can find a level of support on that, we could be looking at progression to the upside. And the RSI, as I was saying, it's pretty central at the moment, so you've got potential for that to happen. But yeah, I wouldn't be too shocked if you were to come down. At all, because you obviously did invalidate this high low, and that's obviously more important. Well, not more important. It's more valid than finding a level of support on just some random horizontal, right? Let me jump to I think it's ICP there for Skiller. ICP. ICPs are green. ICP. Oh, I did ICP before. It's just falling. It's just going down, bro. It's not looking good. I was saying, like, it's really, really bad, actually, because you did lose this point here. If you were to hold this point, I would have been seeing a potential bounce up from there, but you didn't. You've just seen us go lower and lower and lower. For me, personally, I don't know the fundamentals of this coin, and obviously it's not been around for very long at all, actually since the 11th of May. So if you know the fundamentals, if you know something that we don't, then yeah, it's going to be a really good accumulation point for yourself. But you can see where this is going. It's just going down, right? It's just going down. There's no really upwards buying momentum here, literally at all. So yeah, I would be inclined to say that this is a pretty awful goddamn chart here. We're seeing no bounce point. We're at the lowest point here. So yeah, not good at all, bro. Not good at all. Do not buy that. Is there a red diamond indicator on Binance? Not that I know. I don't use the indicators on Binance there for Louis. Let me jump to LFG for Cliff Chang there. LFG for Cliff Chang there. LFG. Unfortunately, nothing that I can see for LFG there. I guess it's Uniswap here. Yeah, it's just going down, bro. I need a bit more information. So if you are requesting charts, yeah, that's pretty goddamn terrible, bro. Let me get off that. Making me feel sick. Let me do TA on FEG for Saluta there. FEG. Quite a lot of shit coins coming through here. Yeah, another one. Nope. Nothing going on here, bro. Yeah, it's pretty... yeah, let's get off that. First hater dropping a thumbs down there. I see you. That is actually my first thumbs down. Crazy stuff. Let me do a little TA on Bitcoin right here. As you can see, we are looking potentially for this head and shoulders, but as I was saying earlier, we are looking for a resistance point coming through on this 35k potential short coming through there. I'll give him a chance. I ain't like that guy. Let me see. Good morning, sir. Just a losing trader here, looking to learn and hopefully get a win for once. I've read that before. Shib, kidding, lol. Yeah, I'm not doing Shib. It's a couple of coins which you have to get good gains right now. I'm not a financial advisor, bro. I can't do that. I'm waiting for the day Chester does a TA. Not just for sir, but also madam. Yep. Okay. Let me do a bit of Doge, right? I haven't done Doge today, so I'll jump on that. And then also some ADA there for Mr. Kane, sir. Yeah, I haven't seen a madam in the chat, so I can't address her as madam. Please talk on Bitcoin ASAP, please. Can you switch to TradingView chart on Binance? Yes, you can, Louis, you can. For me personally, I've got a lot more stuff going on in terms of indicators and stuff for TradingView. So yeah, that's why I do it on TradingView and not Binance itself. Let me look at, it was Doge. We'll do Doge and then ADA for Kane. Bit of Doge because that's the wrong chart. I haven't done Doge yet. Yet as of today, but I'm gonna have some more water here because my throat is burning. And the OGs out here know my opinion on Doge, right? You all know my opinion on Doge because hopefully you can't hear my chair squeaking, but yeah, it's pretty heavily manipulated in terms of Twitter and stuff like that. Obviously, you guys know that. in terms of Elon and stuff. But yeah, for me, it's lost a lot of people a lot of money, and that's why I don't like it. That's literally why I don't like it. But at this point in time for Doge on the 12 hourly, as you can see, what we can see here, pretty crucial horizontal resistance point, support point sat at that 30 cent there, which we're currently seeing progressionary buying pounds to the upside for Doge. In terms of a trend reversal, I mean, my short-term target right now would be to get over these lower highs, which are continuously creating. The previous one sat at around that 33 cent and 0.37 there. Currently at 32 cents there. So yeah, a bit of a way to go to get to that. And then after that, if you are going to see the progression we move to the upside, then it is going to be looking good. But you do have these lower highs to think about as well if you are going to be moving to the upside here, because you are going to find literally resistance off all of these, at least resistance or some sort of consolidation, and that's obviously going to mean you are going to have this 21 moving average coming down as well on the 4 hourly, so you're going to see a bit of resistance playing out from that as well, right? But yeah, in terms of let's jump down to smaller time frames. In terms of actually a chart pattern coming through here, it's not looking so bad, but we do have to think about that level of support coming through here, and also this level of resistance coming through here. Bit of a symmetrical triangle pattern playing out here. So if we are looking for a break to the upside or a break to the downside, we can basically plot them in terms of measure moves, looking something along the lines of this to the upside. In terms of a trade for this upside here, obviously it is around that $4.68. Very nice percent coming through there. And also to the downside, if we do break to the downside, obviously depending on where we break along the symmetrical triangle, right, we could be looking at a potential percentage to the downside, looking around that $3.69 there. $3.69 there. God, I've been going for 2 hours and 22 minutes. Absolutely amazing. Crazy stuff. That's why I'm pretty tired now. 84 likes. Absolutely amazing, guys. Really appreciate it. The most liked video most liked video I think I've ever done, right? And I've only been going 4 weeks, so really appreciate all you guys' support here. Yeah, as I was saying on Doge here on the short-term time frame on the hourly, right, be cautious, right? Be very cautious if you are going to be looking at these trades for yourself. Do your own research, of course, because we know one Elon tweet to the downside or to the upside, it could really manipulate and really ruin your trade. So yeah, definitely take that into account, and it's obviously very easily manipulated. And I'm pretty sure someone still owns 23% of Doge, like the whole supply of Doge, 23% of the whole supply. So yeah, for me, it's not something that I'm going to be effing with. It's not in my portfolio, and I don't think it's ever going to be in my portfolio, right? unless they do actually find some sort of crazy use for it, and it does get adopted by some major company or something like that, right? That's the only thing I can think of. But in terms of a target right now, to the upside, it would be around that 32 cent zone, and to the downside, it would be around that 30, 31, near enough 32. To think about in terms of breaking this symmetrical triangle, right? Let me jump to what was next. Woo, sexy voice Doge. Sorry, shipwrecked monkey. I forgot about you actually. Sorry, bro. Yeah, this is Doge. Sexy voice on Doge. Cheers, bro. Yeah, let me have a little look. Somewhat unliked. How immature. I'll get you back to 83, bro. Thank you, Mr. F. Absolutely. Morning, Chester. I've been shorting ICP today, lol. Yeah, ICP's just been going down. Cliff Chang. Oh, it's not a coin, bro. I don't do stocks or commodities or forex or any of that stuff on this channel. It's literally just crypto for now. I might be starting something else in the future, but for now, I just want to work on my streaming ability and crypto, because I just trade crypto at this point in time, right? Did we go through T Fuel? Yes, we did go through T Fuel. Near less 85 likes. Let's go 100 today. God, 88 likes. Absolutely crazy, guys. Really appreciate the support here. That's quite ambitious, Neelesh, setting a target of 100 likes today. That would be absolutely crazy stuff if we got 100, and I would be really over the moon. And guys, I do this every single day. If you want to subscribe, press that notification bell. You're never going to miss one of my streams. I'm inclined, because I think I am going to be doing an evening stream as well, because obviously I got really good stats, and a lot of new people come on, and a lot of new people I could talk to on the chat there, which was really good yesterday evening in terms of British time. So I will probably be doing an evening stream tonight as well. So if you want to tune to that, press the notification bell, press the subscribe button. You're never going to miss one of my uploads. Simple as that. What was next on the request? We did Doge, and we did did you buy a good swing trade 1 to 2 days? 2 days. I don't know the thing for that, bro. Maybe if I type in digi buy. Oh, it's on Bittrex, right? Let me do Bittrex to Tether right now. Let me jump on the 4 hourly here. Well, did you give me a time frame on that 1 to 2 days, right? Let me jump to this here, right? it's not looking so bad, bro. I think you've got descending triangle coming through here. If we look at the downside point coming through here, and you are holding the line in terms of this horizontal the horizontal support point you got playing out at this $5.75, and then obviously you do have this pretty big resistance line coming through from the downside here, creating this descending triangle pattern, right? Crazy stuff here. So yeah, if you were looking for a break to the downside, I don't know what you're saying. Good swing trade. Yeah, in terms of a swing trade right now, you would be looking for the break for the upside or the downside point of this descending triangle coming through here. The upside would be this would be this downward sloping resistance line coming through here, correlating with the price action channel, which is this obviously this channel coming through here, right? That determines whether we're in an uptrend or whether we're in a downtrend. Currently, we are below it. If we can get above it, when we're breaking out of this triangle, it's going to be a lot more healthy for the trade indeed. In terms of a measure move for that swing trade, we would be looking along the lines of this. Obviously, depending on where we're going to break along this top side of the symmetrical triangle for yourself there. M15602, and we would be looking at a potential 17% move from there, right? But yeah, with that being said, we do have the 55 moving average coming down as well, so we'll be looking at a potential bit of a take profit coming through here, probably around a 5% there in terms of a percent for that trade. 5% there, I'll probably take 35% of my profit there, just in case we saw that reversal, and then we move our stop loss above our entry point, and then we can never lose, right? Then we can never lose, because if the price does come down to our stop loss above our entry, we've already taken a nice chunk of profit. It's already juicy indeed, right? But yeah, if you were looking for the completion of the measure move, we do actually have this 200 moving average coming down as well, which could correlate perfectly with completion of the measure move to the long side, to the top side, right? In terms of falling off a cliff to the downside, right? In terms of falling off a cliff to the downside, I would be looking at a measure move looking along the lines of this. Obviously, this is swing trades, not scalps. It's going to be quite a while for these guys to play out here. Not sure if you checked XRP. I didn't check XRP. I actually haven't actually. Your bro ignores my messages, even though I was one of his most loyal viewers. The thing is about his chat. What do you mean on this chat, bro? Because his chat is just going like absolute crazy. And yeah, it's not good. I wish there was a way of like prioritizing. I think he's got his like £1 a month member thing, and that's he can see those chats a lot more visually. So yeah, I think I'll probably have to do something like that in the future. But yeah, at this point in time, like 45 viewers, really appreciate you guys massively. And hello to the people who aren't actually watching, because I know some people like to trade and just listen. So I know some people won't actually be watching the screen. So yeah, hello to you guys as well there. And we hit 90 likes. Absolutely outstanding performance from you guys there. Absolutely outstanding. But yeah, in terms of a measure move to the downside for this short position for Digibyte here, it would be around that 32%, which is pretty greedy indeed, in my opinion. But yeah, we would be obviously looking at take profit points along the way. One here sat at around this 4 cent 57 at this dirty death wick to the downside here, and then the next one around this higher low point sat around here. To think about, because obviously we are going to find levels of support on them, as we have seen from these points coming to the upside here. Yeah, so yeah, a few things to think about there in terms of take profits for that trade there. In terms of a swing trade for you there, obviously nothing I say is financial advice. Digibyte, do your own research there. But yeah, had to like, I'm a girthy thick boy on your brother's stream, the girthiest of thick boys on Bitcoin Beats' stream there. Very cool stuff there, bro. 91 likes, amazing stuff. Let me have a look at I think it was Theta Fuel there for Neelesh, absolute OG, and then I'll jump to IOTA for Louis there. Not a problem at all. Theta Fuel there for Neelesh. Theta Fuel, and guys, I really do appreciate all your support. Really do. As I was saying, Theta Fuel, it's banging it, right? Theta Fuel is absolutely banging it right now. But what I was saying is, do not FOMO in, because you're going to get wrecked. Just as simple as that. We've just broke a new all-time high. We've just broke the volume weighted ATR band, which we always come down. This is obviously on the 12 hour. It works better on the 1 hour, right? We always come down if we break it, and we basically always come down and basically find it again, right? So at this point in time, I would be inclined to say that we are going to come down and see this 61 cent zone. But yeah, in terms of a healthy uptrend, it's looking pretty goddamn good indeed. But we do need to take into account, look, it's near enough parabolic on the 12 hour here. And we know what that means, guys. When we get to that parabolic stage, we see those insane corrections, those insane dumps coming through, like we're basically seeing with Matic right now, right? If I jump to Matic quickly, like we're seeing with Matic right now, well, you remember how we had that insane buy up, right? That insane buy up, wrong tool, that insane buy up from the crash. That was like the biggest and most best recovery that we saw in terms of crypto. Yeah, we saw that insane buy up, and now it's just fizzling out because it needs to basically reference this 200% gain to basically validate it for another leg up, right? So yeah, let's get back to Theta Fuel there. So yeah, basically what I'm saying is we need some sort of correction here for T Fuel. Otherwise, we are going to see some long-winded dumps off a cliff. We need at least a consolidation period along the previous all-time high, and then we could basically think about another leg up. If not, if we do keep going up here from the FOMO, because I know a lot of people are talking about T Fuel right now. If we do keep going up from the FOMO here, I don't know about the supply, I don't really know about the uses or the fundamental side of things here. We are going to see a big crash, right? We are going to see a big crash there. So be prepared for that. For me, I wouldn't be getting in. I wouldn't be FOMOing in, because you're likely to get wrecked here, guys. You're likely to get wrecked. So yeah, that's T Fuel right now. I can see us basically retracing at least down to that all-time high, coming through around that 55-cent zone. Let me have a little look. How long have you been trading for? I've only been trading for a year and a half, sir. I've only been trading for a year and a half, but I've studied my absolute arse off. I did an hour a day for around 6 months, every single day practicing TA, just to completely keep practicing everything I'm doing. And then I became a successful trader after that, because you're never going to be a successful trader unless you can continuously have that self-discipline to keep practicing that TA. And then it comes with it, right? But you have to enjoy what you're doing. You can't just be doing it for the money, right? You have to literally enjoy trading and enjoy what you're doing in a sense, right? It's got to be a passion. You make your hobby a job. That's the goal in here, right? And obviously, I love trading. That's why I've chosen to stream it to you guys as well, because I like to educate and help people out as well from a new trader standpoint as well, right? Let me have a little look. I'll make a collage of the thumbnail pictures that you put up yourself. They are funny, aren't they? I'm like, really funny. You don't know how cringed out I feel when I do it. It's quite funny, but obviously that's what works in terms of thumbnails, right? In terms of what's happening here for XRP, right? We did actually break to the downside for XRP in terms of this ascending triangle, right? Nearly at that 2 hours and 32 minutes there. 92 likes. Smashing those likes, guys. Absolutely amazing. Thank you ever so much. Let's get rid of these. Let's get rid of these dirty points there. Not that. Got rid of the wrong thing. Let's get rid of this horizontal here, and we'll just use that. Use the grey box zone as that horizontal point there. But yeah, at this point in time for XRP, we have actually invalidated this this high-low point, which I hate to say, it means that we're going to see the progression come down to the downside, maybe even come and touch this candle body close at this low point here before seeing another swing up. Because obviously, if we are in this bear market, right, we're not just going to see absolute colossal dumpage to the downside. We're going to see big traps playing out, and being some sort of thing looking like that. So a lot of people keep turning bullish continuously, and then they just sell it off. The whales just sell it off at the top, and then just liquidating all the people continuously making their money, right? Making the other guys money, the big guns, making their money instead. But yeah, at this point in time for XRP, we did actually lose. We lost this high-low point. So as I was saying, it is an indication that we are going to come to the downside here. But with that being said, right, we do need to think about potential move to the upside, and obviously you can see this area is coiling up in terms of a consolidation zone here. So then that's when we jump down to a smaller time frame, and we see the support that's being played out coming through here. And yet we're actually currently testing the level of support sat at around this 86 zone here, and I would be inclined to put in some sort of horizontal around that 87 zone. Obviously seeing that resistance here, seeing the resistance here, and then I'm seeing this trap being played out here, right? So yeah, we do have an ascending triangle, basically mini ascending triangle playing out here. So we could be looking at a potential move to the upside or a potential move to the downside, right? In terms of a trade for this on the 1 hourly time frame here on the short term, it says the down trade. In terms of a trade to the downside here, we would be looking at something along the lines of this. In terms of percent, obviously it's not going to be so big because it's obviously it's pretty much a scalp. It's on the hourly, right? So yeah, that's near enough a 2% move to the downside, and that's obviously going to indicate a higher low being set here if we do see a bounce point from that zone. So that's another indication that we are going to see that progression to the upside. But yeah, the reason why we're seeing this consolidation point at the moment is because we can't actually get over these lower high points coming through here. We can't actually get over them. We're just finding continuous resistance. So yeah, if we do break to the upside here, we would be looking at potentially not very big at all, potentially literally probably some resistance coming through as well. If we do get to this zone here, that is going to be testing that 89 zone and that 89 point there. In terms of measurement to the upside, I wouldn't be inclined to enter this trade. It's pretty pointless indeed in terms of risk or reward right now. But yeah, it would be a key point to watch in terms of a target is this lower high point that we do need to think about for XRP there. Obviously on the short-term time frames here, definitely a couple of things to think about there for XRP. Let me jump to the bigger time frames here. Any requests, guys, smash them in the chat. I'm near enough out of request. I've got a KSM there for Nearlesh that I need to get through. An ACM for I will. And yeah, XRP's done. ACM. If I missed any of your requests in the chat previously, guys, just put your requests in there now, and I will jump to them. I am going to go for 3 hours. I'm going to go for a 3-hour stream today, and then obviously I'm going to do potentially another stream this evening as well. Hopefully my throat can hold out. It's okay right now. It's okay right now. So let me jump to ACM for I will there. ACM was it? ACM? I might need to jump for a 2-minute break in a minute though, because I'm drinking a lot of water. Let me jump to the 12 hour. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, bro. Oh, bro. Oh, bro. It's not good, bro. It's not good, bro. I mean, it's hard to tell whether you're male or female or them, being called I will. So yeah, it's not great, bro. You're just going down, right? You're just going down. You're smashing these low points continuously. You did obviously have this insane low point sat around that candle open from when you first listed on Binance here, and that was sat around that $6.45. But unfortunately, you have lost it. You have lost it. You have created that insane undervalue momentum coming through here. So yeah, it's not looking good, bro. I mean, there's no target to the downside, right? Because obviously you're hit a low point here, so you need to see that reversal come through, and then obviously that is going to create that that target to the downside if you do see a reverse in the trend. And I hate to say it, it's not even that steep, bro. It's not really even that steep. So let's jump to the 4 hour and we'll see what's going on here. Yeah, we did. Bro, that's unfortunate, man. Because you've seen this consolidation period coming through, and then you've seen the dump to the downside from here. So you could even see another consolidation period come through and then another dump to the downside from there. It's hard to tell because obviously you're at the lowest low point coming through here. So yeah, I'd just like to say straight off, bro, ACM, it's no AMC. It's not looking good, man. It's not looking good. Your thumbnail pictures will be worth millions one day as NFT. Oh, jokes, bro. That'd be hilarious. Yeah, let me have a look. KSM there for Neelesh. Absolute OG. Shout out to Neelesh on the stream here. Been here for literally the beginning. Very, very like massive support from him, which I do really appreciate that. 92 likes. Actually lost a like. Great stuff there, guys. But yeah, in terms of what's happening here for KSM, let me jump to a bigger time frame. It's quite messy, all this on my chart, isn't it? It's very messy indeed. Let me get rid of all these horizontals coming through here. I can just add them in as I go. Maybe that's something I need to work on. Do you guys think my chart's too messy usually, or do you think it's okay? Let me know what you think. Then we're going to do, I'd like to jump onto Bitcoin in a bit, and then we could do some sort of voting thing for Bitcoin on the chat there, and we'll see what the narrative is for you guys. As you can see here for KSM, we did see that insane progression to the upside recently. We didn't see actually us come down anywhere near to this higher low point, as we did see on a lot of the charts coming down to sort of this zone here, even touching this zone here, especially we did on Bitcoin, right? So we do need to take into account that we've obviously got a lot of support coming through here, and this is on the 4 hourly as well. A lot of support coming through here. It looks very good indeed. This insane pump to the upside here is getting validated by this consolidation period here. But we are testing this grey zone. The dreaded grey zone that we've all been talking about. Is this everyone been talking about? Is this resistance point that we are potentially going to see some heavy resistance from as well? So I would be inclined to say that we are going to see some resistance from this point. But in terms of a short-term target, if we are looking to get over that, it would be to get over that at around that 446 zone there, and obviously we do have these wicks to think about as well in terms of lower highs to invalidate. If we start invalidating these lower highs, like pretty crucially in terms of a pump here, that's going to be a lot more bullish for me, and then we are going to see potential target price of this zone here sat around that 473, 478, that sort of zone there in terms of a horizontal level of resistance. That's the ideal scenario coming through there for KSM. Fine charts, hammies are messy. Yeah, so it's charts are clean, bro. Very nice. Yeah, I try and make it as easily understandable and clean as possible for you guys to understand, right? Sometimes I look at it like, that's pretty goddamn messy. But yeah, so it's not looking bad at all. But yeah, as I said, I would be looking at a target to the upside from here. And you are setting continuously high lows continuously in terms of this uptrend, which you're setting, which is nice. It's looking good, bro. It's looking good. Yes, I'd be pretty bullish on this right now in terms of a bit of a longer term target. It would be this zone here, because obviously you do see the resistance playing out from that zone coming through here, right? The resistance playing out on this zone here. So yeah, I'd take that into account definitely. Yeah, KSM, not so bad, bro. Not so bad. Definitely would be bullish in terms of the recovery. It's looking pretty juicy indeed. Let me jump to what's next? You know what, guys? I'm gonna jump to the toilet. I'm gonna jump to the toilet, go for a quick break, and then I'm gonna jump onto BTC and do a little thing on BTC, and then after that, I'm gonna be looking at Bittorrent for Into Everything Upshore. So yeah, see you guys after the break. I won't be long, literally like 2 minutes, maybe even less, right? So yeah, see you guys shortly. Peace out. Hi guys, and welcome back to Crypto Chester. I was literally like less than 2 minutes, right? Just pop to the toilet quickly. But yeah, let's do a little bit on Bitcoin. Let's do a little recap on Bitcoin. God, my chair looks awful in that green screen there. Let's do a little bit on Bitcoin here. 92 likes, guys. Absolutely amazing. The target is 100 today. I'd be absolutely outstanding if we can get that. That'd be absolutely brilliant in terms of the support for me. My most liked video ever. So yeah, really, really do appreciate you guys here. But yeah, let's do a little bit on Bitcoin. Let's go, because obviously I have just seen this actually pump, finding the nice little support on this 55 moving average coming through here. 30 minutes left of this hourly candle, so let's see where we can close. If we do close above this high point here coming through here, and invalidating these lower highs in terms of that previous downtrend that we just had coming through there, then it's going to be pretty good indeed, pretty bullish indeed. And then we're going to be looking for that 35,000 rejection coming through here. I mean, as someone said on my stream earlier, that the moon is predicting this this head and shoulders pattern to basically play out all the way up to this top side here, and seeing the target around that 37k. For me personally, I do not think that's going to play out. I think we are going to see a bit of a trap and a swift rejection coming off this 35. And the reasoning for that is we do have a pretty big rejection point on the RSI that we're literally coming up to target, right, on this downward sloping resistance line that we do need to think about. So if we do get to that sort of zone around that 35k, we're going to be there ready for a rejection. And also on the longer term time frames, on the daily here, we do have this descending triangle coming through. This descending triangle coming through here, which we're looking for that retest for that entry for a short position, right? That's what we're looking for. And that retest sitting around that 34,800 sort of zone there. So I can see us, in a sense, coming to that 35k and then seeing that rejection playing off there. And then we could be looking at a nice potential 12% swing there to the downside for Bitcoin. Obviously going to be taking a massive, huge chunk of profit at this obviously this pretty crucial level of support around that 31,151. And now guys, this is where I ask you the question. Do you guys think, I haven't actually brought the chat up. Do you guys think that Bitcoin is gonna stop at this 35,000 zone and see the rejection from there, or do you see us getting to 37,000? One in the chat if you think we're going to get to 37,000, and two if you think we're going to see a swift rejection off that 35,000. And I'll wait for those chat things to come through. While I'm doing that, I'm going to jump onto Bittorrent there for Into Everything Upshore, right? Let me see who's gonna be winning. Is it one to 37,000, or two to stop at 35 and see that swift rejection and that potential short position to play out? Two, grant you a wish, is straight in there with two. Very interesting stuff. BTT, let's jump onto BTT. Bittorrent there for Into Everything. As I was saying earlier, bro, we do have this higher low point, which we did in a sense eradicate. Oh no, we didn't quite get there. We didn't eradicate, so it's not even invalid, bro. It's good. It is good. We're good here. It's looking pretty good indeed. 222. So yeah, a lot of people are saying that we are going to get rejected at that 35k zone, and basically hopefully see a potential short position to the downside here play out. That would be very nice indeed for a swing trade, which we're looking for. Obviously, guys, this is the daily, and it's obviously going to take a little while to get down there if we are going to see it get down there. 333, my chart shows me. Interesting stuff there. But yeah, so yeah, a few things to think about there if we are going to see the progression to the downside there in terms of that short trade for Bitcoin. Obviously, nothing I say is financial advice, guys. It's just my opinions from an educational standpoint. So don't go enter all the trades that I'm saying. Don't enter any trades that I'm saying. Do your own research, right? In terms of Bittorrent right now, we are currently finding a nice level of support on this high low point, as we're seeing consolidation zone coming through. As we can see here, it is pretty consolidatory. I don't know if that's a word, but it should be. Sounds cool indeed. Let's jump to a smaller time frame, the 15-minute. Let's get a bit of a gauge of what's happening. I think that's going to look a lot better on the hourly, actually. Yeah, a lot better on the hourly. It's a pretty symmetrical triangle sort of chart pattern playing out here. So yeah, definitely something to take into account here. In terms of a symmetrical triangle, in terms of level of support playing through, right? Level of support playing through that we've got coming through here. So yeah, I would be prepared to say that we are looking for a break to the upside or a break to the downside. If we are going to break to the downside, we do have a pretty big level of support coming through here. So if we are going to break to the downside, it could potentially be a fake out, as you've seen here, and then we're going to see that swift recovery to the upside. But yeah, these lower highs are getting closer together in terms of coming to the eradication point, the invalidation point. If we can get enough buying momentum from there, we would be looking for everyone's saying 2 in the chat there to basically come down, apart from my good friend Neil Esh. He's saying we're going to get to that 37,000 zone. It's going to be very interesting, brother. 2 good coins to trade right now. 2 good coins to trade right now. I mean, it's hard, bro. I need to actually sit down and look at the charts. I've been streaming for for like 2 hours and 46 minutes. And when you're streaming, you kind of forget all the coins that you're talking about because you go through so many. But yeah, for me, do you mean scalps? Do you mean swings? Do you mean you want to trade it today? Do you want to trade it like over the next week? Like, what sort of, are you scalping? Are you swinging? What are you saying, bro? What are you saying? And that's for Maddie over there. But good ones also are there. Like, just go for the top 10, bro. Go through the top 10 charts and look at all the time frames, see if you can get engaged with what's sort of happening in there. But yeah, in terms of what's happening here for Bittorrent, and that's what I do. I stay in the top 50 cryptos usually in terms of swing trades. I stay in the top 50 cryptos, and then in terms of hodling and stuff, I go lower to top 100, top 500, that sort of area there. But yeah, so let's look at this right now for Bittorrent. We are looking at potential position to the upside. If we are looking for a measure move to the upside, looking for a long position here, obviously depending on where we're going to break, it would be along the lines of this, right? Obviously, nothing I say is financial advice, guys. Also, this measurement to the upside here, we're looking at around a 5%. Very, very cool. My El Salvador news is pushing up right now. Oh, potentially, yeah. Potentially, yeah. We'll definitely take that into account, bro. Definitely take that. I don't know when that news is getting announced. I think it's definitely today, right? But I'm not sure when it's actually getting announced today. That's what I'm going to be jumping on straight after I've done this stream, guys. So if you know any information about that, let me know. Smash it in the chat, and I will basically, I can learn from you guys there. Quick BTT trades right now. Yeah, potentially a trade coming through here, but obviously don't take, obviously do your own research. That's what I'm saying here. If we do break this to the top side, looking at this downward sloping resistance line coming through here at that 336, it's not even a cent, so 3695. If you do break that to the upside, could be looking at a potential 5% trade there, looking very juicy indeed. In terms of the RSI to get to that point, you're pretty central, so you've got room in terms of buying power on the hourly chart here before you get overextended. So you could be looking at a nice completion of that measure move before you get to that overextended point on the RSI, which is always good stuff, right? It's always good stuff. But yeah, in terms of a short position, as I was just saying, a lot less unlikely because we do have this pretty dominant level of support coming through here. It's just been announced, has it? It was past 3 hours ago. It's a legal tender now. Right, okay, right. And you guys, the usual thing with announcements, right? A lot of people think it's going to pump, but really it does dump like 90% of the time. So yeah, definitely take that information into account with a lot of things there. Obviously, huge announcements like, I don't know, America making it illegal, for instance. Then yeah, obviously it's going to dump off a cliff, right? But yeah, so yeah, obviously we do have this upward sloping support line coming through here, which is holding the line here in terms of a potential measure move to the downside, which is what I was just saying, obviously depending on where we're going to break, which is what I was saying is a lot more unlikely. For good stuff happening in the chat there. Yes, I will check glitch if I can get a chart, because I know it's not on Binance. I know it's on PancakeSwap, and I don't even know if it's on Uniswap as well. It might be on Uniswap. But yeah, I have actually done a video on glitch, right? But yeah, as I was saying, I'll get to that. Bittorrent right now, that would be the long position to the upside. To the downside, we would be looking at this position here, but as I was saying, it's very unlikely that we do see that basically play out, because we do have a lot of support coming through here, and we do have a horizontal support around this 348 there, and also the volume weighted ATR band as well. So if on the basis that we do look like we're going to break to the downside here, we are going to see that momentum comes to the downside, and then obviously the RSI is going to be on the downside as well. So even if we are going to be looking for the momentum to the downside to play out here, it's not looking good, because we're going to be oversold here. So that's another reason why I don't think we're inclined to dump to the downside here. So yeah, I would be more inclined to be looking at that long position, right? I would be looking at that long position more than anything here for Bittorrent. Yeah, I hope I summed Bittorrent up. I need to slow down. It's against that 3 hours. That's why I'm getting a bit pacey, right? I hope I have summed up Bittorrent for you there into everything. I guess Mr. Upshaw, if your name is Upshaw. But yeah, guys, appreciate all the support on the stream there. We're at 94 likes. Absolutely crazy, amazing stuff, guys. Can we get it to 100? That's going to be the most liked video I've ever put out, which I really, really do appreciate all the support, guys. Seriously, I really, really do. Obviously, only been going for 4 weeks here. Well, 4 weeks on Friday. So yeah, near enough 3 weeks actually. So yeah, really, really do appreciate all the support there, guys. In terms of Bitcoin, it's absolutely pumping right now. It's seeing that its moves come to the upside here. Now we might even see live on the stream who is right, whether we're going to see the rejection for the 35k, or we're going to see that insane pump to the 37. Right? Obviously, there's a lot of resistance to think about here. As you can see here, we do have this grey box zone coming through here. But yeah, if we do find support, it's looking pretty good indeed for Mr. Nilesh Sir, who's predicted that we get all the way up to 37. I think he was the he might have been the only one. Oh no, and Floofy there, he predicted it as well, that we get up to 37. So we're going to see who's right. We're going to see who's right on this chart here, because we are getting closer and closer and closer to that 35k point. We are going to see. BTC getting support in 15 minutes. Yes, let me look at. Let me see if I can find a glitch chart for Thera. I think that's how you say it. Thera. maybe something like that. Obviously, I'm pretty bad at pronouncing things like that. But yeah, let me see if I can get a nice chart up for you there on glitch. Done. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Yeah, we can do glitch to tether. It's on KuCoin now, is it? Very cool stuff. Very, very cool stuff. I did actually do a video on glitch. If you guys want to go check that out, it's all about the fundamentals of it and the potential that it could potentially get to in the long term, right? I'm pretty bullish on glitch. I think it's the blockchain one that they're starting in Hong Kong. Yeah, good stuff happening there. But unfortunately, at this point in time, looking at the chart, we did actually set this lower point. We are bouncing off that lower point, not so bad. We are finding a nice level of support here. But in terms of seeing that immediate progression to the upside here, continuation to the upside, I would be inclined to say we do need to actually find a nice level of support on the point that we're currently testing, right? That 51 cent and find a nice level of support sat around this 51 cent 72 to see if it actually go up any further than that. But yeah, as you can see, we do have a pretty strong level of resistance playing out a lot on a lot of the candles coming through here on the 1 hourly time frame. And we could jump to a 4 hour, we could potentially see this better, yeah, in terms of wicks. And at this point in time, we did come up, we tested, but yeah, we've seen a swift rejection coming off there as well. So yeah, in terms of a short-term 4 hourly target, I would like to see the progression to the upside. On good news level, you are setting these higher lows after seeing these low points being formed out here. You are setting these higher lows continuously, which is good, and you are eradicating these lower high points gradually indeed, but you are doing it. That's the main thing, right? So you are eradicating them, which is good. It's good stuff. But yeah, short-term target in terms of the 4 hourly, it would be to get over this this horizontal resistance point with the dirty wick coming through here. So yeah, that's pretty much glitch summed up for you, sir. But yeah, I do have a video on that if you want to have a little look. Now I know how you feel. Had to freshen up. What did I miss? Has ADA flipped Bitcoin yet? Very funny stuff there, Kane. Let me have a look at ADA for you there, bro. In 7 minutes, guys, I'm going to be ending the stream. Pretty tired. Done 3 hours this morning for you guys, but I will be jumping on this evening. So don't worry, I will be back. I'll be jumping on this evening to do a nice evening stream for you guys on a bit of an update on what's happening. And hopefully we can see whether the Bitcoin got to 37k or whether we got a swift rejection off 35 and whether this short position is likely to play out for us there on the long term. Obviously, nothing I say is financial advice, all that good stuff there. So yeah, ADA right now, we do have this rising wedge pattern which we're looking at. Rising wedge pattern which we're looking at right now in terms of a measurement to the downside. Let me jump to smaller time frames, a bit more attractive stuff coming through here. So do we short now? I'm not giving you financial advice, bro. For me personally, my opinion, I wouldn't be shorting now. I would be waiting until we see this at least this 35 level get touched. On the shorter term time frames, that is basically where all the resistance is sort of playing out. So if we for some reason if we find a level of support on here, this is why we're going to need to manage this point here. If we do find a level of support here, then we know we're going to have that progression to the upside from there, and then this head and shoulders pattern is likely to play out from there. But we can basically manage the momentum towards the downside from here. And at 35k, right? If we get to 35k at this major level of resistance here, 35k is actually over this horizontal resistance point currently on the longer term time frames. So yeah, we would be finishing. We would be getting to around this sort of price point here, and then when we get to this level here on the daily here, that's when, for me personally, that's when I'm gonna be entering my short, because I know we've got the confirmation that we have lost this major level of support here, and that's when I'm gonna be shorting it all the way goddamn down, all the way down to this 9% sort of horizontal support point currently at that 31,150. So yeah, take that into account, my friend. Yeah, in terms of ADA right now, in terms of a measurement to the downside, if we do break to the downside, if we do see that swift rejection for Bitcoin, it's likely that we are going to happen. Obviously, take into account that where we're going to break along this rising wedge pattern here on the hourly chart. So yeah, a bit of a scalp coming through here, but yeah, still going to be a big trade nonetheless, because ADA is still undervalued in terms of the price right now. So yeah, obviously depending on where we're going to break, it could have a nice correlation point with this horizontal level of support at that $1.45 there, right? So yeah, definitely something to consider there in terms of a percent for that trade. Would be around a 6%. At the support point, if you were going to close your trade there, it would be around a 5.69% there. Yes, a few things to think about there, guys. And also, currently, short-term target to the upside. If we weren't looking at a target to the downside here, I would be looking at basically coming up and testing that 55 moving average, right? Coming up and testing that 55 moving average. If we can find a level of support on that, that's going to be good. And then we can actually debate and flirt with the idea of eradicating this lower high point coming through here. That would just be crazy. 96 likes, guys. Absolutely nuts. Really appreciate that. Can we get it to 100? It'd mean the world to me if we can hit those triple digit. That'd be absolutely amazing. Most liked stream or video ever, guys. So really do appreciate your support there. But yeah, in terms terms of eradicating this lower high point, we're going to need to see that upwards buying momentum. We're going to need to see that crucial test of that 55. If we can find a level of support on there and progress to the upside from there, the next target for me, so the short-term target for me would be this 55 at that $1.57. After that, we're sat at that $1.58. These are just short-term targets continuously that we need to think about in terms of price action. And guys, we are on the hourly, so this could happen pretty imminently, right? And then after that, the target point in terms of seeing a level of resistance, which is likely to play out, is the top side of this rising wedge coming through here. If we see the momentum grow to the upside, and it's pretty big indeed, we are going to see literally a very juicy potential long position indeed, right? Potential long position, probably looking along the lines of something like that, right? Could be a bit better drawn, obviously, when we know the live chart pattern, but we do go off the most previous uptrend in terms of top to bottom of the chart pattern, right? Not being greedy and going from the start here. Because if we do that, we are looking at a humongous measure move there, and it's oh, that's the wrong thing, and it's a lot more unlikely for it to play out. I know quite a few YouTubers that do that, and they'd be expecting like just insane gains, and that's where we see a lot of losing trades coming through there. Granted, it is only 8%, but still, that's still, in my eyes, a greedy measure move, risk reward, and all that juicy stuff there. So if we are looking for a measure move to the upside here, it would be around that just under 5% there to think about, guys. And we do have this 200 moving average coming through here, and also it does correlate with this nice level of horizontal resistance point at that 162 that we need to think about getting over before looking at this long position, potentially looking at coming up, finding support on there, bouncing off this 200 moving average, coming back down, looking for an entry point, and then riding that Portuguese wave all the way up to the top side there. Cool stuff happening there. Boris, we've got Boris in the chat. Nice to see you on the chat there, Boris. In terms of what's happening on the RSI right now, we do have this downward slope and resistance line, right? It's pretty dominant downward slope and resistance line. We are continuously finding that resistance off that point, right? Continuously finding that resistance off that point there. So we do need to take into account, if we do see that buying power to the upside here, we're likely to find a bit of resistance, which is an inclination. Inclination. I really hope that is a word because it sounds sick. But yeah, I would be inclined to say that we are going to see a bit of resistance coming off this 55 and this horizontal at $1.58, referencing the RSI there in terms of this downward slope and resistance line. So yeah, a few things to think about there in terms of ADA there. I think that's for Mr. Mackenzie Kane, sir. Yeah, a few things to think about there. Let me have a little look at. Let's jump back to Bitcoin, and then I'm going to be ending the stream, guys, at the 3-hour point. The 3-hour point. Yeah, we are seeing that progression, and we didn't see that that actual initial momentum carry on up to that 35,000. But yeah, definitely a crucial point to watch there. We could get rejected here as what? Oh, 99 likes, nearly there, guys. Absolutely crazy stuff. Cloud9 jumped in there, 100 likes, nearly there at 100. Absolutely crazy. Really, really appreciate it. Imagine like I'm going to end the stream at 3 hours, dead on 100 likes. That would just be absolutely amazing, guys. But yeah, as I said, we didn't see that continuous momentum, but at the point in time, we are challenging this this lower high point here. So if we do get over that, which we did actually see the wick just tickle over that level there, tickle over this point here, which is very good news indeed, because we are invalidating this lower high, which is giving us that upwards momentum to basically see this 35 basically play out. But as I was saying, we are going to see that upwards momentum from there and probably see some sort of correction. And it does correlate with a lot of things that I'm saying in terms of upwards momentum, overextendation on the RSI, and also 100 likes. Thank you so much, guys. Absolutely amazing. Watch it drop down to 99 now. As well as the downward slope and resistance line on the RSI coming through here as well. So yeah, there's a few things coming through. I was the 100th. Get wrecked. Cheers, Bitcoin Beats. amazing stuff there, guys. Absolutely amazing. Dead on the 3 hours as well. Really, really appreciate that stuff there, guys. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna run off the stream here. But I will be back later for an evening stream, guys. I will be back later for an evening stream. So make sure you're ready to tune in for that. Press that subscribe button. Press that notification bell. You're never going to miss one of my uploads. Thank you very much, Kane. Congratulations. Yeah, thank you very much. Really, really means a lot. All the support you guys have given me. Only been going literally like 3 weeks. So yeah, thank you very, very, very much there. 99 likes. Brilliant. Thanks for the unlike, guys. Oh, you guys are just messing around with my emotions. Funny stuff there, guys. But yeah, I'm going to run off the stream there. Thank you ever so much for watching. And I'll be back later on. So peace out from me, Crypto Chester. Went up to 98 likes then.